Yeah, Curry. And first of all, like you say, our thoughts and prayers are with Marcus's family. And, people have to understand that players get really close to the strength and conditioning coach because they spend so much time together throughout the year. And I've had to deal with this a couple of times in my coaching career. And you don't want to be insensitive to the family of someone that everybody really cared about. But you do have a job and responsibility. Now, there's no doubt these players will give a supreme effort. But you do have to be concerned, are they prepared because they missed practice time? And how well would their focus be? Now, Michael, I know that y'all were very close, and he was your guy with the Giants.
Yeah, he was my guy, Jimmy, and we won a Super Bowl together. 11 years with the Giants. And as you said, you do become very close to your weight and strength and conditioning coaches. And I was very close to Marcus. He was my bus ride to the airplane buddy.
Bus ride guy special.
Yeah, bus ride guy is special. I mean, the jokes about his outfits and everything else. And he was just the nicest guy you could ask for. And so my prayers, my love, and my condolences are with Marcus's family.
Absolutely. And you can tell, obviously, the Cowboys players thinking about him today. The team has also added a sticker on the back of the helmets with the initials MP in honor of Marcus Paul. Now, as we shift kind of back to football a little bit, look, it's not life or death, and we know that. But at times, actually, it was pretty close for Cowboys to beat Ben Alden Smith. But with the help of our guy, Jay Glazer, the former first-round pick made it back to the NFL this season after 4 years of literally struggling on the streets.
Yeah, Kurt, listen, I believe in second, third, fourth, and even fifth chances because you never know which chance could lead to redemption.
First thing that popped into my mind was like music.
Kid from Raytown, Missouri, the legend in the making.
I grew up going to church, so I would sing. I played the drums. When I was younger, I wanted to be a vet. If only they knew what was going on inside that person. I'm doing great. How could this person with so much to lose keep messing up?
Smith was arrested for hit and run.
He faces 3 years in jail.
You guys see that person with so much to lose, but he's empty.
Not a one-day fix.
I deserve to be happy.
In terms of him playing football again, I sure hope so.
I was pissed off, get out my face. But I had lost who I was.
When did you start becoming, I guess, NFL only?
What is NFL all about? Actually, hold on. Let's go back. I got into my share of issues. I had problems, demons, you call them what you want, but there were things that had nothing to do with football that dated all the way back to childhood. And, with the success that I was having, I never, took time to deal with those issues. On the outside, I was this all-pro, football player, but on the inside, I never, felt like that. And so it took things, like drinking and
Smith denied driving drunk.
it weighed on me.
Alden Smith has been arrested again.
His job with the Oakland Raiders.
A warrant was issued for his arrest.
I had to have a real honest talk with myself on, hey, you can, change this whole thing.
Yeah, I met you. You were living in sober living, and you joined our MVP Foundation. When did you first believe that you could change into this?
There was a time where, I was living a regular civilian life. I left a lot on the table. I know I'm one of the best players in this league, and, look what I'm doing. Once I got out of that victim role and stepped into the role of somebody who wants to take control of his life and change it, then life was ready to change with me.
Once you said to me, it's my fault that I'm out of the league, and you put it on you, you remember that? And I was like, okay, you want another shot in the NFL?
The Cowboys have signed on.
You're sitting in this very same chair. You came over to my house to sign the contract here.
The sign right here, right?
Well, it says Alden Smith.
I don't think people know, how much me and you talked, and, the relationship that we've created. And so for me to, helped or that there was going to be a better day. I feel like I'm a relatable person, and the way that I tell my story, people will be able to get something from it and take something from it that'll help change or save their life.
When Alden first came to me last October, the things we talked about to get him through his dark times, and this really goes for everybody, is to be of service to other people and to live in gratitude. And to everyone sitting at home right now on Thanksgiving, and I know it's tough times right now, I hope you can look at Alden's story and realize it's never too late to make the choice to give back and to be grateful.
Great job with the story. Special job with Alden Smith. And you can see there, obviously, the work you do at MVP, you know a lot more about guys bottoming out and recovering. You can see this is a changed man, for sure. And as a sign of gratitude to you, I know this week he presented you with a $20,000 check for your organization, Emerging Vets and Players. Just a small token of his gratitude, but his play on the field each and every week does just that.
And he has a lot of vets who'll be out there with him today in the store.
The work that this guy does,
Amen tonight.
you know, we get a lot, but this guy right here is special.
Yeah, he really is. Congratulations.
Thanks, brother. Appreciate it.
All right, guys, before we get to our picks, a reminder for you at home, you can play the Fox Sports Super 6. Win $50,000, but you got to log on, download the app, and play it before today's game starts. A million people have already done so. As we get ready for our picks, Jimmy Johnson, Washington, or Dallas, who you take?
Kurt, I've got the Dallas Cowboys by 3, and Michael Strahan, don't you laugh at me. It's still within reach. It's in reach. You can
Whatever. I'm going to take the Dallas Cowboys today. I'm going to take them by 7.
I'm going to take Dallas Cowboys by 8.
No, you tricked me. If everybody's taking Dallas, you know that means load up on Washington. That'll do it for us. Kickoff is next.
Put your hand down.
Boy, Christina and Aaron will have the game for you. Happy Thanksgiving to all of you. Thank you so much for watching this Built for Tough Fox NFL special pregame show. Is Dallas and Washington on the other side.
Hey y'all, Luke Combs here with something near and dear to my heart. You know, from family and community to even music, Ford and the Ford dealers have an unwavering commitment to all of our military heroes, active, reserve, and our veterans. So tell us about a military hero you're proud of by using the hashtag #ProudToHonor, and Ford will give $100 on your behalf to military charities up to $3.5 million. Learn more at FordProudToHonor.com.
Microsoft Surface helps power the NFL. And even though this isn't a typical NFL season, we won't let that stand in the way of what matters most. Rookie tradition.
All right, Ricky, let's get up top. This is for you. Make sure you move the site before you come get right. That's what you need to do right there. You're in the NFL now. Man, you up.
And one more thing.
Let's go. That's what I'm talking about right here.
It's Monday through Friday. Shop anywhere else everything. We have today only at Old Navy and OldNavy.com.
If you don't like what you see, change the way you're looking at it. Much better.
Hey, you love football? With the Fox Bet Sportsbook app, you can take it to the next level. Okay.
With just the tap of that button, boom! Every play means even more. And because come on! Download the Fox Bet Sportsbook app. And don't just
Gobble gobble, happy Thanksgiving. An NFL tradition continues this afternoon with the Dallas Cowboys hosting the Washington football team, otherwise known as the Washington Redskins. Thank you for tuning in and watching my live reactions play live right here on YouTube. I'm your host, Encyclopedia Sports, Cool Hand Luke 96. As always, be sure to like, follow, and subscribe on social media. Links in the description below with that thumbs up button. Share hashtag NFL, hashtag Redskins, hashtag Cowboys, hashtag Thanksgiving as well. Happy Thanksgiving to everyone tuning in and watching. Chat questions and comments, super chats, super stickers, always greatly appreciated as well. Joe Buck, Troy Aikman, Aaron Andrews, Christina Pink on the call for Fox. We just witnessed the other Texas team, the Houston Texans, defeat the Detroit Lions earlier this afternoon on CBS this afternoon on Thanksgiving. And both teams now at 4-7. However, both teams in this matchup at 3-7, fighting for first place in the NFC East. Dallas all-time on Thanksgiving, 31-20-1. They've played every year on Thanksgiving since 1966, except for during the 75 and 77 seasons. They are 8-1 all-time versus Washington on Turkey Day. The only loss back in 2012 with RG3 and the Skins during his rookie campaign. And then in even years since 2016, and why the hell not, it's 2020, but in even years since 2016 for the Dallas Cowboys on Thanksgiving, it's win-loss, win-loss. They're coming off a Buffalo Bill loss last year at home, hosting the Skins this afternoon. Those two wins, though, are against the Washington football team in 2016 and 2018. And now 2020 today, Dallas hosting Washington once again. Expect a Cowboy win if they can run the football with Ezekiel Elliott. Feed Zeke, get him in the end zone a few times, feed everyone turkey post-game, and have Dallas then in first place in the division following today's matchup. But if Washington, on the flip side, is going, as they speak about Alex Smith, if Washington is going to have a chance to win, he's going to have to make some plays. 2 years ago to the day, went in for surgery post-injury, long road to recovery. Starting quarterback now once again for the Washington football team, taking over for Dwayne Haskins. Andy Dalton's back for the Dallas Cowboys as well. Dallas has more weapons on offense. It's going to be the defense if they can stop Washington. But Alex Smith is going to have to make some plays in order for them to still have a chance to win, of course, because it's a quarterback-driven league in the NFL. So once again, thank you for tuning in and watching my live reactions play this Thanksgiving afternoon with the Washington football team, the Redskins, and the Dallas Cowboys. Will kick off coming up shortly. So should be an interesting game, honestly. You know, like I said, both teams at 3-7, tied for right now second place with the New York Football Giants in the NFC East, as the Eagles still currently lead the division at 3-6-1. That tie to Cincinnati. Washington coming off a Bengal win this past Sunday. Dallas went to Minnesota as well and also picked up a win. And this is going to be now the second and final meeting with Washington and Dallas this season as division foes. We saw Andy Dalton go down against the Skins on the road earlier this year instead of Ben DiNucci and Garrett Gilbert over the past month or so. Dalton has returned, though, starting at quarterback once again for the Dallas Cowboys in absence of Dak Prescott, who also went down with an injury about a month and a half, 2 months ago now, early to mid-October, and of course was done for the season then at that point. As Joe Burrow is now 2 for Cincinnati, as Washington just beat them. Dalton steps in for Dallas. The Cowboys honestly haven't played bad, but you go back to that Cardinal Monday night game, turn the ball over too many times. If they can, as mentioned, run the football with Ezekiel Elliott this afternoon and have Dalton aired out, got to have protection though up front. Got to protect the quarterback. If he can get it to, I get, okay, they don't have Jason Witten anymore at tight end, but they've, in that tight end position and all the other weapons that Dallas has on offense with Cooper, Gallup, and CeeDee Lamb, the rookie out of Oklahoma. If Dalton can get them the ball in space, put up points, obviously the name of the game is to win. Whoever scores most points is going to be your winner. Dallas, I'm thinking, should come out on top today. But the last time I said this was that Cardinal Monday night, the doubleheader following Buffalo hosting Kansas, and then Dallas absolutely shit the bed. So, and that was last month. This is this month. It's Thanksgiving. You know, Dallas at home, 31-20-1 all-time, tie back in '69 against the 49ers at 24 apiece. But they're coming off of a Thanksgiving loss, so you would think that, okay, they'll be ready to go. New head coach Mike McCarthy, though, has coached a few times in prime time in this spot with the Packers before, but America's team is the Dallas Cowboys. We'll see if they're wearing their throwback uniforms as the national anthem is currently being played. So, USA, yes, it does look like Dallas is wearing their throwback unis for Thanksgiving here this afternoon. But you go back to 2016, like I said, it's been win-loss with those 2 wins against the Skins. They play the Skins again today. However, Ron Rivera, the new head football coach of the Washington football team, has already defeated the Dallas Cowboys as a head football coach on Thanksgiving when he was in Carolina with the Panthers. Carolina went to Dallas a few years back, and the Panthers beat the boys. That was in 2015, their Super Bowl year, before they lost to the Denver Broncos, if I'm not mistaken. Alex Smith, once again, he's going to be making plays. It's his first big primetime game in front of a national audience since making his return to the league as a starting quarterback. So if Dallas at home can run the football, in my opinion, with Zio, which you would think they're going to be able to, but it all starts up front. They've had issues on that O-line all season long with injuries, from left to right, top to bottom, offense and defense, linebacking core not as great as what it used to be or should be, but the game still moves on, still going to be being played. So not side on paper, side on the field. We'll have to see how everything unfolds this afternoon. But if Dallas can run the ball with Zeke, get after Alex Smith, he's going to have to make plays on offense for the Skins. And Dallas has more weapons. So I'm expecting, still close game, but a Dallas win by less than 10 on this Thanksgiving afternoon. Houston was thankful for Detroit for a few turnovers. Matt Stafford with a pick 6 to J.J. Watt, 2 fumbles. Houston capitalized. We'll see if the road team can go 2 for 2 today. But, I'm not going to be shocked by any means if Washington does go, in fact, on the road and pick up a win. And then, once again, hell freezes over for the Dallas Cowboys. And, they don't know what to do with themselves. But, come on. Both teams are 3-7. First place in the division on the line. You would think both these teams are going to have a lot of energy going out today. There's going to be fans in the stands at AT&T Stadium in Dallas. So, win or go home, honestly. Whoever wins this game is going to be in the driver's seat in the NFC East. Loser, more so than not, done. And then you also have the Giants. The Eagles are still there, too. That tie might hurt them. It might help them, though. Still got a month of football left to be played, though, too. So, not going to be decided today by any means. Normally, this division is god-awful as it is year in and year out. And normally comes down to the final few weeks of the season anyway. So, over the next, as it's NFL Week 12, we now only today have 2 games compared to the usual 3 that we were supposed to have, with Baltimore and Pittsburgh being postponed until Sunday now due to COVID-19. And coming up at halftime, as usual, first half stats and scores. And then we'll take a look around the NFL. We'll preview with all the games still yet to come this upcoming weekend, as we got a few good ones on Sunday. But nonetheless, Houston just defeated Detroit, and then we're about to kick off with Washington and Dallas from the Big D, AT&T Stadium, Dallas, Arlington, Texas. And Cowboys on to kick off, so Washington football team, the Skins, back deep to receive, so we will get to see Alex Smith and that Washington offense on the field first. And like I said, first big primetime game back for him since returning from injury, replacing Dwayne Haskins, who will be backing him up today. Dallas, in the meantime, just a few days ago, lost their strength and conditioning coach as he passed away. So may he rest in peace. I believe, if I'm not mistaken, he had a heart attack Tuesday morning and did not survive before passing away yesterday. But Dallas playing with a heavy heart, playing for him today and for the rest of the season. But see the MP sticker logo on the back of the helmets now for the boys. From the 35-yard line, left to right, Dallas Cowboys on a kickoff, and we're underway on this Thanksgiving 2020. Thank you for tuning in and watching. And a touchback on that kickoff, 1st and 10, Washington football team, formerly known as the Washington Redskins, of course. Here comes Alex Smith, former number 1 overall pick out of Utah. Urban Meyer quarterback. Played for 49ers and Chiefs for Colin Kaepernick and Patrick Mahomes took over. Now in Washington, coming back from an injury 2 years ago. And Smith going to be out of the gun, 1st and 10 from the 25-yard line to get things underway. Motion man, going to hand off. And about 4 yards for 24. Their go-to starting running back, Antonio Gibson. J.D. McKissick also in the backfield for the Skins, along with Peyton Barber. Dallas is mentioned with Zeke, and then Tony Pollard, who's come on strong, the youngster out of Memphis. But Washington on offense here first. 2nd and 6 officially after pick up a 4, ball at the 29-yard line. Got to have trips top of your screen, motion man. Into the backfield, Smith fakes the give, looking to throw, and then dumps it off to Gibson, who's going to lose 2 yards back to the 27-yard line. And the Boise State Bronco and 55, Leighton Vander Esch on the stop. Loss of a yard officially. It'll be 3rd down and 7. Dallas at their linebacking position, as mentioned. Honestly, same thing with their offensive line. Them and the Pittsburgh Steelers, honestly, over the past, we'll say 8 years, best, arguably the best, if not the best, as Smith goes down on a sack, among other teams as well. But those two stick out, especially just with the two positions that I named off. Arguably the best, if not the best, for the Dallas Cowboys and Pittsburgh Steelers with the offensive line and linebackers. But as Smith goes down, it'll be 4th down now for Washington. They're going to punt, and Dallas is going to get the football here for the first time this afternoon. Going to be fielded at the 20-yard line. And C.D. Lamb out to around the 28. So it'll be 1st and 10 for number 14, Andy Dalton. Former TCU Horned Frog coming back home on a 1-year free agent deal this past offseason after being cut by the Cincinnati Bengals as they drafted Joe Burrow, of course, who Washington faced and injured last week as he's done for the season with a torn ACL. Wish him the best of luck on his road to recovery as well. Too many injuries this year in the National Football League. Got an injured Dallas Cowboy on the punt return in the meantime, so looks like they'll take a break and we'll get back to the action here shortly. And Dallas will have a 1st and 10 with Dalton at the helm. And feed Zeke. Feed him a ton of turkey, pumpkin pie, whatever your go-to meal or side dish is for Thanksgiving. Feed it to Zeke, feed him the damn ball all game, make Washington stop them, and then Dalton with all the weapons, air it out when they're not expecting to be eating. And hope to come out on top, of course. Like I said, it should be a good game. Both teams at 3 and 7. Okay, I get records aren't, that great, but with first place on the line, you would think both these teams are going to go out, give their all, play a lot of energy, and hope to come out on top. Because if not, it's going to be. If not, it's going to be a long road until next season begins, as they'll be on the outside. Looking at some technical difficulties here during the commercial break here, so we'll get these all settled and situated here for a second, maybe. There we go. That should do it. Maybe. Hopefully. Knock on wood. But we'll have to find out and see what Dallas, of course, does on offense when we return following the injury. But thank you for tuning in and watching my live reactions. Play live right here on YouTube. Be sure to like, follow, and subscribe. Thumbs up button, share, chat questions, comments, super chats, super stickers. Always greatly appreciated. So, should be a good one. 3 and out for Washington following a sack, and Dallas going to get the ball following the scrimmage break once more. So, 60 minutes of football. Still a lot of football, of course, left to be played as we just got underway. So, nonetheless, yeah, sorry for any technical difficulties there by any means. With buffering, disconnect, reconnect, some power issues. But yeah, Andy Dalton coming back home, taking over for Dak Prescott mid-season due to an injury. He's going to start out 1st and 10 from the 28 trips top of your screen. Pass going to be complete to the new go-to number 1 tight end, number 86 for the Dallas Cowboys, Dalton Schultz. So Andy Dalton complete for 5 yards to Dalton Schultz. It'll be 2nd and 5 now for the boys. He's taken over for Jason Witten, of course, who retired, went to work for ESPN for Monday Night Football for a year, unretired now with the Raiders, had a few catches and a touchdown last Sunday against the Chiefs, who play on Sunday on the road against the Bucs. Ezekiel Elliott on the give. He's going to get 4.5 and maybe 5 yards. Looks like it's going to be 3rd and short for Dallas here on their opening drive. Get up there and sneak it. Tony Pollard comes in. Maybe run a halfback screen. Still very early, so everything's still, of course, on the table, unless it's already been a Mark Cooper in motion. Under centers Dalton. Fake to give to him on the end around. Fullback dive to Zeke, who lined up the fullback. So they had Zeke and Pollard in the backfield, out of the eye. And Ezekiel Elliott, over Buckeye, picks up a big 1st down to keep this drive going. Connor McGovern, rookie out of, or 2nd-year guard out of Penn State, getting started. Right guard here this afternoon. Like I said, Dallas with a ton of injuries on that offensive line. And defense, arguably, to a point about a month or so ago, they've been playing better as of late, finding some rhythm now with Dalton at the helm. Knowing it would take a little while to get used to him as a starting quarterback when you're used to Dak. Tough start, of course, tough schedule, as Houston's was in sort of the same boat before firing Bill O'Brien after going 4 start. Dallas should have been winless as well, I thought. Should have lost to the Falcons because Falcons can't cover an onside kick. There's a few other games as well that stick out, but I mean, they almost beat the Steelers, who were last unbeaten. Dalton on 2nd and 12 over the middle, a little too high on the check down to Zeke, incomplete. So 3rd down and 12. So yeah, I mean, even with Dallas's offensive line being banged up, you look at Washington's D-line. Arguably, with the playmakers they have, they can put it all together, in due time. Jack Del Rio, the former Jag and Raider coach, as their defense coordinator. Arguably, they have one of the best defensive lines in all the NFL. But, both these teams play in the NFCs, for God's sake. So, you can only win 5 games and still win the division, as it might be this season. So Dalton on a quarterback keeper. He's going to dive headfirst right at the 1st down marker, and it looks like he has it. They're going to give him a 1st down at 45. 1st down and 10, Dallas Cowboys with 10.5 to play here in the opening quarter, as they'll continue this opening drive a little further on downfield. No one open. And then, daylight ahead of them, so they might as well tuck it and run. So now we got a timeout, another injury. So an injured Dallas Cowboy, injured offensive lineman. So go back to that. Not a good sign right there by any means, but next man up. You know, it's always next man up mentality. That's why you have 53 active players on the roster. If you gotta, make a move post game, sign somebody from the practice squad or from somebody else's practice squad, or bring somebody in for a tryout and potentially sign them. Okay, so be it. But I get week 12, but it's still a 17-week, 16-game regular season. Still a lot of football to be played, including today, of course, in this game as we just got underway a short time ago. So once again, thank you for tuning in and watching. Sorry for any technical difficulties. Be sure to like, follow, and subscribe. Hit the thumbs up button, share, chat questions and comments, super chat, super stickers. Always greatly appreciated. But 3-7 Washington versus 3-7 Dallas for first place in the NFC East before the games, of course, that are going to take place on Sunday, as you still have the Eagles and Giants in the division as well. But with those two teams having already played twice, Dallas playing Washington for the second time today. Well, a few more matchups, of course, from now until the end of the season. Week 17 is always division games. And I believe Dallas does, in fact, play the Giants on January the 3rd. So, honestly, depending on what happens from now until then, like I said earlier, it's still going to come down, because it always does with the NFC's last few weeks of the season. So, still a big game, and whoever honestly wins this, is going to be in the driver's seat. So whoever wins this first place, hopefully you can keep your foot on the pedal, so to speak, and drive to the finish line and get in the playoffs and get a home wild card playoff game. Which, okay, there's talk of with how bad these teams are, how bad these teams have been over the past how many years. You only have to win so many games to win the division, when other divisions are having their champion at 10, 11, 12, 13, maybe even 14 wins. Pittsburgh at 10 right now. They're undefeated. They were supposed to play tonight. I was supposed to have live reactions play of Ravens Steelers. Would, in the meantime, have watched the earlier game, watch this game right now, however, not be doing live reactions. And then, here sometime soon, get ready for the nightcap. But that game yesterday was postponed, moved until Sunday. So we got to wait until Sunday at 1:15 on NBC before Baltimore takes on Pittsburgh for the second time this year. Second time in the past month. Mark Cooper on the reception, first down, boys. A little bit of a bobble after the catch. Dalton had to roll out a little bit. But even with the sun shining in, Cooper making a play and picking the first down at the 20-yard line. 1st and 10, under 10 to play here in the opening quarter. Dalton going to be under center, hand it off, and that is Tony Pollard. He's going to get 3 yards to the 17-yard line. They got a good two-deep backfield with Zeke and Pollard. We saw that fullback dive by Zeke on this drive that I don't think anybody honestly was expecting that, but hey, picked up the first down, and drive's been continuing on since, and they're knocking on the door now, looking to put up some points here before the first quarter gets over. And a tight end screen. So on 2nd and 8 after a pickup of 2, they gave him on the first down play there. And get another 2 or 3 yards maybe. They say 3, 3rd down and 5. So Mike McCarthy versus Ron Rivera. As mentioned, Rivera with the Panthers beat the boys on Thanksgiving a few years back. With Cam Newton, who's now in New England, of course. New England still in the hunt, but still a lot of football left to be played. They're coming off a loss. They host Arizona. Dalton over the middle, incomplete in the end zone. 10 for Mark Cooper, former Raider, who inked a long extension with the boys just recently. And now another injured Dallas Cowboy offensive lineman. So that skin D-line getting after the boys. And Of course, some injuries, but it'll be 4th and 5 when we return. Getting after Dalton, having to make him make some plays. I mean, he hasn't looked bad. I mean, he just completely missed his receiver in the end zone. That should have been a touchdown. But another injury. Dallas going to settle for a field goal once we come back. So they should have at least 3 on the board, you would think, midway through the opening quarter here. After both teams' opening drive, or drives. So, going to be a slugfest till the end. You know, what defense doesn't bend but doesn't break. Of the 2 games, this, other than, you know, of course, Baltimore-Pittsburgh being postponed, that was going to be the best game of the day. But with the 2 that are on schedule, one, of course, already wrapping up earlier with Houston defeating the Lions, this is the better of the 2, because even with them at 3 and 7 apiece, first place is on line. So something's got to give, you know, when everything's all said and done. You know, with me finally going to shut up about, you know, everything that could go on and, you know, just all that, as usual. Once everything's all finalized, dust settles, first place on the line, you know, it's go out and get it and hopefully come out on top. So, like I said earlier, expecting a Cowboy win, honestly. 10 or less, it'll be close. I honestly don't see these teams pulling away late unless, you know, we have, you know, some stupid turnovers on a couple pick sixes or fumble stupid scores. But it's going to be close. It might even be controversial, you know, for all we know right now. You know, come late 4th quarter, that's going to have everyone talking, you know, into the night. That would have led into the Ravens-Steelers game now being played on Sunday. But then that'll lead into all the games on Sunday. You know, that's going to have everyone talking. So, if Dallas can hold on to football, they've looked like a totally different team since, you know, starting out whatever they started out at, 1-4, 1-5. Should have been winless, but a few injuries now. That's tacking on to other injuries from earlier this season as well. Zerline, 33 yards, that's an extra point, up and good. 3-0 Cowboys over the Washington football team, the Redskins, with 8:30 to play in the opening quarter after both teams' opening drives here in the first quarter. So, Dallas, of course, had a longer drive. Had 2 guys wide open on that play that Zach Martin went down injured. And that doesn't look good. I felt that in my right knee, too. Jeez. He blew his knee out right then and there. He's done for the year. Jerry Jones not happy about it. Problem with the Dallas Cowboys is that man right there, Jerry Jones. My opinion, but everybody has their own opinion. So, hell, they are going to be down to about 2 offensive linemen by the end of this game. They're going to have a defensive back and Troy Aikman come in and start for him. So, we'll see how the rest of this game unfolds, but Dallas has looked like a completely different team as of late. Dalton returning from injury that he went down with against Washington last month. And even their close games that they lost, they were, you know, in them late and, you know, they very well could have won them. So 3 and 7, they could be 5 and 6 or whatever, you know, have a few more wins. And they lose this, then it's as it always is. Who's behind them, you know, coming from the rear, going to beat them late and win the division, and Dallas on the outside looking in again. Or if Dallas just sneaks into the playoffs and gets another home playoff game. So, Of course, we see everyone wearing their damn mask, but it's 2020, so here we are. It is what it is. First and 10 from the 25-yard line once again for the Washington football team. Now the I, Alex Smith under center, of course. Motion man. Two motion men, both tight ends in motion. Play clock winding down, fake to give them back. Smith dumps it off. It's complete. Antonio Gibson, he gets to the 30 and then brought down to 32, 33-yard line, depending on the spot. But, yeah, if Dallas can just not do anything stupid. Even with Washington, I mean, hell, we might go to overtime for all we know. Want to be shocked? I mean, we honestly really haven't had a whole lot of overtime games this year. Had a few as of late, but why the hell not? It's Thanksgiving. Everyone's watching this game because nobody's going to be watching football later, unless you're watching 2-0-4 teams in college football in FS1. You know, because no Ravens Steelers thought we were going to have another injury there, and we might. Brandon Sheriff, I do believe that is, 75 for the Washington football team with no offensive line, former Hawkeye from Iowa City. They play Nebraska tomorrow, coming off of Penn State win last Saturday. 3rd and 1. Yeah, Dallas, honestly, I mean, seeing them for the most part all season long, but really only the Steeler game from start to finish a few weeks back. If they can play like that today, how they played then today, Washington is not as good as Pittsburgh, of course. Like, Alex Smith is a good veteran quarterback, but even with an injury compared to what Ben was dealing with that game, he's probably going to be making as many plays because Washington doesn't even have as many weapons as Pittsburgh does either. Washington, Pittsburgh in a few weeks, actually a week from Sunday. The Skins will come to Steel City. But Washington, for the most part now, moving the ball on downfield, keeping this drive alive. 1st and 10 from 35. And Smith on the end around. They're going to run a tight end pass and has a man wide open, Terry McLaurin, out past midfield. And that's Logan Thomas, a former Virginia Tech quarterback who turned tight end in the NFL. So fake the give to Gibson, end around. We saw some trickery earlier with the Texans. We'll get into that in a second. But then Tech to Ohio State. Go back to 2014 and 15. Splitting the series. Thomas firing McLaurin for a big skin first down at the 36-yard line. Smith now going to air it out. It's incomplete at the 15-yard line, intended for 17. Terry McLaurin, once again, who is the true number 1 receiver for the Washington football team. You know, they really don't have a whole lot of good players, but with Rivera in his first season at the helm, taking over for Jay Gruden, a lot of rebuilding still yet to do. Future's bright. We'll see what they do with the team name, if they're going to keep it or, you know, change it to, you know, whatever the hell they're going to change it to. As they're formerly known as now as the Washington Redskins, the new Washington football team, because they just want to fit in like everyone else. So now another injury. Jesus Christ. Did everyone eat Thanksgiving dinner before this game? Or is just everyone too amped up? I get weather-wise, you know, high 60s, low 70s in North Texas right now, late November. But they're playing indoors. That has nothing to do with it. They shouldn't be cramping up by any means. Not unless, of course, they're dehydrated, which I don't think, you know, especially you played in the NFL for as long as you played, any of these players, you know, would be. I mean, it's injury after injury after injury right now. Like, what the hell? And I get it's a short week, but still, regardless if it's a Thursday, you know, lunchtime or afternoon kick, rather than Thursday night football that Dallas will play once again next week on the road against Baltimore, but just go out and play football. I don't get why everybody's getting hurt right now. 2nd and 10 from the 36 after the tight end pass and then the incompletion. Gibson on the give once again, and he's going to get 6, maybe 7 inside the 30, depending on the spot here. 3rd and 4 officially. So 3rd and 4 from the 30. Yeah, Van Der Esch went down week 1 against the Rams, broke his collarbone on Sunday Night Football. A game that set the tone for their season. They should have won that. That pass interference going back to that was bullshit. Too many injuries and too many bad or missed calls this year in the NFL. Smith over the middle, incomplete, deflected at the goal line, and we're going to get a flag. And that's iffy. Let him play. It's going to be a spot foul. Holding, or, okay, 5 yards, automatic first down. Holding rather than a pass interference. If there's a PI, it would have been a spot foul inside the 5 there. So Dallas lucks out. Okay, maybe on that. Yeah. That is a good call rather than, okay, I thought they were throwing the PI on the hit with the deflection. I'm like, there's nothing there. So 1st and 10, they get a new set of downs, ball 25-yard line, out of the gun, trip, stop your screen, right to left for Washington here, play in the opening quarter. Smith out of the gun looking to throw, and nice catch there by Gibson for 5. So 2nd down and 5 to come from the 25. But give him 4 now to the 21, 2nd and 6. Yeah, way too many injuries, way too many bad or missed calls by the Zebras this year. But yeah, Van Der Esch back at linebacker. Really has stepped into Sean Lee's spot. Jalen Smith as well. I mean, those 3 backers. Injury, all the time. If only everyone was healthy. And once again, sorry for any technical difficulties here with changing this around. If in fact this live stream abruptly ends, be sure to tune back in. We'll get it restarted. So once again, sorry for any technical difficulties. 3rd and 5 from the 20, Smith. And we've got a flag at the 4-yard line. Maybe another defensive hold. Pass was intended for McLaurin in the end zone. A little too far because, well, he's not going to be able to catch it where the ball was thrown if he was held, 5-10 yards, beforehand. So, no, but having some issues here. So, like I said, if in fact this does end for some unknown reason, just be sure to tune live. We're back here on YouTube in a few moments. But was having this issue last weekend and sort of figured itself out, and we just kept rolling. So until this ball game gets over, we'll be live right here on YouTube. So be sure to like, follow, and subscribe. Hit that thumbs up button, share, chat questions and comments, super chats, super stickers, all you guys appreciate. 1st and 10 after the defense penalty. Once again from the 15-yard line. Smith going to be under center, motion man to the far side, handoff, no fake the give, and then a rollout has Thomas wide open. And he gets inside the 10-yard line down at the 8. 2nd and 4. They got 7-8 tries to get it in the end zone right now. If Washington cannot punch it in, take an early lead, there's something wrong here. But credit to Dallas on defense if they can hold them and force a field goal. 2nd and 4 from the 9. Handoff. Gibson gets inside the 5. It'll be goal to go. 1st and goal from the 3. And for me, everybody has their own opinion. in my opinion, I didn't think the Washington Redskins, the new Washington football team, should have changed their name. The Redskins, new Washington football team, will always be the Redskins, as are the Raiders. The silver and black are always the Raiders, regardless of where they're playing at, whether it's Oakland, LA, Oakland again, or now in Vegas. But just trying to sort of fit in regardless of issues surrounding whatever the occasion or circumstance is. But Ron Rivera's one of the best head coaches in the NFL. He's the right man for the job. He'll get them out of the slump they've been in since Joe Gibbs won them a few Super Bowls and then had to come back to get them back to the playoffs, and they haven't been the same since. But a false start on the touchdown run, so that gets called back. And then on second and goal, Thomas once again for a few yards. So he's got a couple catches, got a big passing play to continue this drive, of course. And now they're inside the red zone and have a second and goal. And like I said, if they can't punch it in, there's something wrong there. Credit to Dallas on defense if they can hold them and force the field goal. From the 5, second and goal, Smith going to hand off and then fake the end around. Antonio Gibson walks into the end zone far side, right inside the pylon. Touchdown, Washington football team. The team, once again, formerly known as the Washington Redskins. And they now lead on Thanksgiving on the road against the Dallas Cowboys 6-3, pending the extra point.
Good job of the last time these two teams met. There's enough happening in the backfield that gets eyes in the backfield, gets you to redirect a little bit.
Washington now on for the extra point. And kick is up and good. 7-3. Couple defensive penalties by the Dallas Cowboys to continue this drive for Washington. They now lead 7-3 on the road against Dallas Cowboys as we near the end of the first quarter. Once again, thank you for tuning in and watching. Be sure to like, follow, and subscribe. Hit the thumbs up button. Share. Got questions or comments, super chat, super stickers. Always greatly appreciated. The links in the description for social media. That's Facebook, Twitter, Instagram right here on YouTube. And as mentioned as well, if in fact this live stream does end just out of the blue, be sure to tune live right back here on YouTube in a matter of moments due to some technical difficulties as usual. But we'll roll on, and we'll be here until the end of the ball game. And as always, coming up at halftime, first half stats and scores from the first half, post-game stats as well, as always. But we'll preview NFL Week 12 for the rest of the games come Sunday, and then Monday night as well, as the Eagles out of the NFC East will host the Seattle Seahawks. The Seahawks will get their 5th primetime game before the end of November. I think up there with the Chicago Bears as of late, and the Bucks potentially too, with some late afternoon primetime games then as well. That might be a record for the 2020 season. They might be holding that lead right now. I'd have to go check on that, of course, but it seems like Seattle out there in the Pacific Northwest, they've been in primetime a lot. They've had 3 Sunday games. I know for sure 2 at home, 1 on the road. And then they just hosted the Cardinals last Thursday night, and they're on the road this Monday night. So, yeah, that'd be 5. And then, if I'm mistaken, I don't think they've had any more, but they very well, could have. Along with, a few other teams, like I mentioned, just there a second ago. But there's still a lot of football to be played, and, with how the schedule's been, this year, flexing in and out, from day to day, just with everything going on. Hopefully everyone's staying safe and enjoying your Thanksgiving here this year. Thank you once again for tuning in and watching. But with Thursday games for myself. I haven't done one since week 1, since the Chiefs kicked off the year against the Texans. There are a few games over the past month or so, but with some scheduling changes and doing, what I've been doing with college football, the NFL, and professional wrestling, I haven't had a chance to until now. I was planning on, of course, Ravens Steelers later on tonight, but we get Washington and Dallas in the meantime because the Ravens Steelers got postponed until Sunday. So thanks for tuning in right now for Washington and Dallas. Come Saturday, Penn State, Michigan in the Big Ten of college football from the Big House. And then on Sunday, Ravens Steelers and Chiefs Bucks in a double header. Touch back on the kickoff. It'll be 1st and 10 Cowboys from the 25-yard line. Under center, Dalton 3-step drop. Pass going to be caught by Cooper at the 35-yard line. Right first down marker, first down Cowboys. A minute and a half to play here in the first quarter. They trail by 4, 7-3. Injury. Out of the gun, trips once again top of your screen. Dalton going to hand off Ezekiel Elliott. Zeke going to lower the shoulder, pick up about, I'd say 2 yards or so there. Second down, a minute to play now. Dalton on the slant. It's going to be caught for 6 yards. Zeke going to come out after the catch. It'll be 3rd and short. That should do it, though, for the first quarter. Doesn't look like the Cowboys are going to snap it again. If so, they better hurry the hell up. Burn daylight. Trips in a bunch, top of your screen. Clock going to expire, though, and that is now the end of the first quarter, with the Washington football team leading the Dallas Cowboys 7-3 at the end of one on this Thanksgiving. 7-3 Washington over Dallas once again at the end of one.
Get your choice at Nittany Beverage.
2020 turned our world upside down, but the support from great customers like you helped keep our business as safe and normal as possible during this crazy year.
You kept us moving forward and even allowed us to grow into our new Somerset location.
So on behalf of our sales team, service center, body shop, and everyone else who relies on your business in Wimber
and Somerset, thank you. When will you switch to Memorial Highway Chevrolet?
Togetherness. Logistically, it's been a nightmare. I'm not sure it's going to work. It'll work. I didn't know you were listening.
Ezekiel Elliott, pride of St. Louis, Missouri. And for those days, John Burroughs High School. He converted. Elliott did on 3rd and 1 on the first possession. Coming off his first
3rd and a yard as we begin the second quarter. 7-3. Dallas trails. Dalton going to hand off. Tony Pollard bounces off the tackle and then dances to the far sideline and runs for 10 yards, but only gets 2 and picks up a first down, so that's all that matters. First down and 10 Cowboys. Up the gut, bounced off the left tackle, and then Dalton actually picked up the block for him as he came back around. Spin move and stiff arm and gets the first down. So, I mean, everything you would see on a breakaway run, you know, a good hole. Dalton going to go deep down the far sideline, has a man wide open in the breadbasket. Touchdown Cowboys. Amari Cooper for 6. And the Cowboys retake the lead here early second quarter, 2 plays in. Cooper the go-to target here so far this afternoon, as Dalton hasn't targeted CeeDee Lamb or Michael Gallup. He's gone tight end once or twice, but it's been Cooper at wide receiver. And right on the money. Stayed in the whole way, yep. Touchdown Cowboys. But that previous run on 3rd and yard to, you know, set up that first down 10 by Tony Pollard just kept the drive alive, and then they take a deep shot and they execute and they score, and they're relying on now on for the extra point. And that kicks up and good, so 10-7. But we saw every little thing that you would see on a run by a running back. Whether it was a, you know, breakaway, good hole, 80 yards to the house, or you know, lowering the shoulder, bouncing off of somebody, spinning, a stiff arm. Tony Pollard just did it all for everything he had, and then he was still in there on the next play. I mean, that's just what it takes sometimes. Ran, like I said, about 10, maybe even a few more yards than that to get 2 for a first down. Instead of a first down, and then a play later, they go deep and they scored. So, Cowboys 10-7 here early second quarter on Thanksgiving against the Washington football team.
Someone a criminal. Seize the day and send it up. 2077, rated mature.
Don't let the attention to detail lead you to believe that a Honda is a delicate machine. You'd be wrong. Underneath every surface that carries a Honda badge, there's always been the capacity to amaze. From the core of everything you've ever built, all the way to the top of where you want to go. Rise to the challenge of the rugged performance of the Honda Pilot, Passport, and Ridgeline.
Want more stats? Hey Siri, who has the most rushing touchdowns in football?
Cowboys at their second longest play from scrimmage this season. Their longest touchdown of the year, 54 yards. Andy Dalton, since Mike McCarthy came here, Dalton at the same time. Dalton has impressed McCarthy with his arm talent. That was a
Washington on the return out past the 25 to the 28. So that's where the Skins will start. 8-1 for Dallas. Yeah, Dallas has played every year on Thanksgiving since 1966 with the exception of 75 and 77. 8-1. Lone loss was in 2012 with RG3, like I said earlier. That he just, once he came home in his rookie year after playing at Baylor, just lit up Dallas on defense. Of course, now he's backing up Lamar Jackson in Baltimore, but Dallas, for the most part, has had the upper hand. I mean, you look at it on paper, record-wise. But now, back and forth after only a total of 3 points on the opening drives. Second and 7 after a few-yard gain from the 31, motion man. And fake the give. Smith gonna dump it off. And Gibson gonna get 6 yards for, he's gonna be short. Be 3rd and a yard. First down run. Gibson once again the go-to back. He's going to come out for a play though now. Actually, he's going to stay in. When you're the only running back your team has, you're going to be in there every single play. Whether you're running it, catching it, returning it, you're going to do it all. Under center, but Smith motions out to an empty set 5 wide from the 40. Dallas going to take a timeout. So that's first by either team now here in the first half. 12:04 to play in the first half. Dallas leads 10-7.
Should we just go see a movie?
Yes.
This is a Thanksgiving shout out to Nancy Turner. Put up with his guy on the right, Norv. That was his shot from back in '99 with Norv as Washington's head coach and his boys.
First and 10 from the 40. After the timeout, Gibson going to get 3 yards. Another injury? No. So that was a close call. Pass complete. And 41, J.D. McKissick picking up a first down for the team from, so they say Washington, D.C., but in Maryland, Landover, Maryland. That's where they play at least. Facilities are in Virginia. But when you have 3 teams that I can think of, with the Giants and Jets that are based out of New York, they play in Jersey, and then the Skins, the Washington football team, based out of Virginia, that have a Washington name, but they play in Maryland. I mean, come on. I don't think there's anyone else. It's just how, you know, the state lines are, and obviously where they've been set up at for the past how many years. Like the Dallas Cowboys, you know, I get North Texas, you know, you have Dallas, Fort Worth, Arlington, like they're the Dallas Cowboys, but they play in Arlington. New stadium, AT&T Stadium, Jerry's World. They've always played in Arlington now. You know, old Cowboys Stadium, new Cowboys Stadium here. Because, I mean, honestly, does Arlington Cowboys sound, you know, good now? Does the Landover Redskins or Maryland Redskins sound good before they change the name? No. New Jersey Jets or Giants? No, it's New York. It's what sounds better. Gibson on a give, 13 yards, maybe even a little bit more for him, depending on the spot, as he lowers his shoulder and picks up a big Washington first down. Or excuse me, that was 34, not 24. 34 Peyton Barber. As now, after Gibson was getting the bulk of the work with running and, you know, catching early in the first, now early second quarter, they bring in some backup running backs with Peyton Barber and J.D. McKissick on this drive. However, in the meantime, go right back to Antonio Gibson on the very next play, and he catches a screen out of the backfield for average yardage. It'll be 2nd and 5. It's 8:50 to play here. What the hell is that? What the hell? McKissick picks up a first down. Okay, so they had like 3 guys in the backfield. What the hell did they just run? A lot of trickery today. Going back to that Texan Lion game, there's a flea flicker, but I don't honestly watching that, and I didn't think, and I still don't think it was a set play. Like, it was a simple handoff, and Watson was behind him. Hey, give me the ball back. Got a man wide open downfield, and he threw it back to him, and then Watson found Will Fuller, and he walked in the end zone for a score. I don't think that was a flea flicker. I don't know if you folks saw that by any means, but then this play, like, what the hell was just that? What the hell did we witness? Okay, Smith was sort of under center, and then, okay, Smith got the snap, and then he handed it off to McKissick, but from behind, like a reverse handoff, as they had Smith like about a yard or so behind the center, not out of the gun, not even under center, but he got the snap, then handed it off like on a reverse give. Second goal from the 10, pass complete at the 5, second and goal. Logan Thomas, once again, the intended target, and receiver that comes down with the catch. They had two other backs in the backfield on that play, too, just for looks, just to draw some confusion, catch them off guard, which they did, and then Washington picked up the first down on that. That was actually a good play call. I don't think I've ever seen that before. But yeah, it sort of was, as Aikman pointed out. That's what I was thinking too, but it wasn't like the center actually fumbled it. It wasn't a true fumble Ruski. It was, they went to the next level for that to catch the defense off guard, and it still worked. So, and then we had that other trick play with the tight end pass a little bit ago too. But after all this, Washington is now going to have to throw for field goal as Smith pass incomplete, back corner, out of bounds. So chip shot, easy 3 here for the WFT, not WTF. But depending on how these teams play, or yeah, we just saw one of those plays, honestly, with that trick play that worked out, but then they had to settle for 3. So we're tied up at 10. But depending on how these teams play out the rest of the game, we might get from WFT to WTF for either Washington or Dallas. But still a lot of football left to play, of course. Midway through the second quarter, as we near halftime, it's all now, once again, tied up at 10 with Washington and Dallas, as the Skins, the new Washington football team, still getting used to it. As I still think everyone's still getting used to, St. Louis Rams out in LA as the LA Rams once again. And hell, the Chargers, as they've always been in San Diego, now they're in LA. And Goff and Herbert lighting it up. But then the Raiders. And that's why I bring up, the Redskins are always going to be the Redskins, regardless of what the name is or where they're playing at. That's who they were when they won Super Bowls back in their heyday when they were good. But since then, they haven't been good. Been average, but below average for the most part. But you look at the Raiders. Oakland to LA, back to Oakland, and now in Vegas. They're the silver and black. They'll always be the Raiders, regardless of where they're playing at. It's the same with the Redskins, in my opinion. Okay? They're always the Washington Redskins up until now. Okay, it's 2020, which I get. Everything's been going on as it's been going on, regardless of your stance on it. And, they changed the name of the Washington football team. Don't pick a new one before the season starts. How they might even keep this name, so they say. But they're the Washington Redskins now, Washington football team, but they'll always be the Redskins. Always be the Redskins. And they tied up at 10. But, for some things, it's, time to move on. Some things have run its course. Some head coaches coaching in college or the NFL that could be, should be, will be fired either soon or at season's end. So, long season. A lot of plays during each game. And honestly, on any given Sunday, as they say, on any given play, honestly, the game can change just like that, like Ryan. So, Washington and Dallas on Thanksgiving. They got 30,000 plus, so they say. And a nice day, by the looks of it, down in Big D. Saw a good one earlier up until Detroit started turning the ball over. And then Houston capitalized and didn't look back.
Washington was expecting man coverage from the Cowboys.
Washington had 2 receivers trip and fall. And I believe they ran into each other and tripped themselves by the looks of it there. And then the pass was incomplete and they settled for a field goal. So here we are. 1st and 10 Cowboys at the 25-yard line. Out of the gun, trip, stop your screen. Dalton looking to throw. Going to be a little too high for Gallup, but he still comes down with a nice catch by him. He's going to get 6.5, maybe 7 on that. 2nd down. Nice catch. Left foot, drags to the right. That's a nice catch by Michael Gallup. They got weapons for Dalton. They got weapons for Dak, whoever the quarterback is, you know? If only they can run the football, and then it comes down to the defense. You know, the defense is giving up more points than the offense is scoring. Of course you're not going to win. But the Cowboys are still the Cowboys, even though they're still thinking it's the mid-1990s and they're a Super Bowl caliber type of team. And in some years, okay, yeah, maybe. But they can't get over the hump in the playoffs when it all comes down to it. I remember seeing a highlight of that that was this past Sunday, Cowboys and the Redskins Vikings. C.D. Lamb with that nice catch. Touchdown catch from Andy Dalton in the back corner of the end zone. That was during the Packer-Colt game Sunday afternoon after Steelers-Jags, and then before WWE Survivor Series and Sunday Football with Chiefs and Raiders. That last weekend was a good weekend for football and wrestling. This weekend for just football, up until next week with AEW and NXT on the road to War Games and TLC to close out the year. AEW having a World Championship match with Moxley and Omega next week. But we'll have to see how that unfolds. But 4th and inches, Dalton going to be under center. And on a comeback, it's going to be caught by C.D. Lamb. They say incomplete, however, there is a flag on the play. It looked like a catch. I don't get why you're running a pass, though, in man-to-man coverage 10 yards on downfield on 4th and inches. It's incomplete, and it's on Dallas, Washington football. That's pass interference. C.D. Lamb pushed off. But if it's incomplete and it's on Washington, it's going to be a 1st down for Dallas. Okay, after the play, we had a personal foul on the Skins, but the pass was incomplete, so turnover on downs, and then they take the 15 yards from the spot of the foul, back up Washington, they'll 1st and 10 from there. So Washington football still tied at 10. Dallas with a quick 3 and out there. No run game. No run game for Dallas here as of late, getting away from that. So, all right, looks pretty interesting. I'll check that out. But, no. There was more of a hold or a PI on either defender or receiver there compared to personal foul, but they called it is what it is. You move on. Still tied up at 10, so a lot of football. Self-played too, so just, I mean, 4th and inches, why are you throwing, 10 yards downfield? Like, just run it. Regardless if they know you're going to run it or not, you're probably still going to get it. You're going to need an inch or a few inches. Like, it's not, you need 20 yards. Yeah, you'd be stupid to go for it then. You punt. Like, it's common sense. It's not rocket science. But it's just how the game is anymore. It's like, you don't go for it. If the analytics, say this or say that, well, in the end, it's going to come back down to what's won you games before in the past. It's old school football. It's run the damn ball, play good defense, and rely on your special teams. Open up play action when needed. Plain and simple. There's nothing else to it. I get you want to, show off and make a top play or whatever the case may be, but like, it all just depends on the situation, which I get, but like, come on, still, like, comes back down to play calling, 4th and inches and you throw, like, run the damn ball, sneak it. So they turn it over, and then with the penalty, Dallas is still going to keep it, but they're going to have to back them up 15 yards. So they'll have the ball inside the 20-yard mark. Or that personal foul was against Dallas. And Alex Smith is going to get on a sack. So they were still inside the 20. All right, but the personal foul was against Cowboys, not the Skins. And then Randy Gregory, former Cornhusker, who's been in some trouble, but for the most part has got his act together. And then Smith goes down a sack. Well, if it's by both, let them play. Let them play it out. If it's a hole or pass interference, they're both pushing and shoving. Like, just let them go at it. And then we had the personal foul though afterwards. So 3rd down for Washington after the sack, and then about a 10-yard run back to the original line of scrimmage here for Washington. 3rd down and 9 officially. 4:15 to play and counting in the first afterward. All tied up to 10. They're already in field goal range. And the kick comes in at running back. And I mean, if they don't get a field goal on this, I mean, there's something wrong there too. From the 18, Alex Smith pump fakes, and JD gets to the 6-yard line for a 1st and goal. A simple dump off on the screen. He's wide open, and JD McKissick gets a 1st down. Now you want a touchdown because you were just in this spot and you had to settle for a field goal. You get a touchdown here, go up 7. Dallas only has 2 timeouts, under 3 to play now, 2-minute warning nearing, yes, okay. But you want a touchdown, especially on the road. Both teams at 3-7 fighting for the division. You want a touchdown right here. Now, if you shoot yourselves in the foot and you get backed up because of stupid penalties and you have to kick a field goal and still make it, okay, so be it. You get points, but you want a touchdown right now. 2nd goal from the 5. And a touchdown for the Washington football team. Logan Thomas for 6, and then he throws the ball into the end zone, deep into the stands. And now Washington leads by 6 pending an extra point. Simple comeback on the tight end. From Alex Smith, but he got it out, got it to his intended target. Receiver comes down with it in the end zone, touchdown Washington. and the Skins are now up 17-10, with 2:26 to play in the first half. So Dallas going to get it back. 2 timeouts, 2-minute warning. They don't score before halftime, tied up at 17 apiece to close out the first half, entering halftime. There's something wrong, right then and there too. At least get 3 points, but the way their past few drives have been going, it's getting away from the run game. Can't run the football, and when you can't run the football and you're throwing every time and it's incomplete here, incomplete there, defense knows exactly what you're doing. No wonder you can't move the football. You got to get that run game going here. Got to be balanced. Got to be balanced, especially when you have Zeke. Like, come on. And then whether it's Dak or Andy Dalton quarterback, and I get it's Dalton for the rest of the year, coming back from his injury, replacing Dak with his season-ending injury. But you have Amari Cooper, who has a touchdown today. They finally went to Michael Gallup, CeeDee Lamb as well. But you have Zeke in the backfield. Tony Pollard's a good number 2. And then Cooper, Gallup, and Lamb at receiver. Like, they should honestly be scoring at least 30 points a game. But because their defense can't stop whoever they're playing, like I said, no wonder, they're 3-7. When your defense is giving up as many points as they are and you're losing and you can't do anything on offense, no wonder. But they've had a lot of close games, as usual. But it goes back to, and I get McCarthy's in his first year, but it goes back to the top. Who's in charge? It's Jerry Jones. I get he's the owner, he runs things, coaches coach, and players play. Players got to play better. CeeDee Lamb on the slant, complete. 9 yards though, so short. Line of gain for a first down. They'll get it off here again here. It looks like before the 2-minute mark. Dalton on 2nd and a yard, complete to 40. And now at the 2-minute warning here in the first half on Thanksgiving, the Washington football team leads the Dallas Cowboys 17-10. The Cowboys will have a first down and 10 from the 40 when we return with 2 timeouts before halftime, trying to drive and tie this ball game up.
With contactless shopping at Target. From same-day delivery to free drive-up. Quick and easy contactless shopping all season at Target.
I got a sausage. You can do better, Steve. Get a freshly made footlong from Subway. You can even order on the Subway app.
Did I just get picked off by Deion Sanders?
You sure did.
Now in the app, get a free footlong when you buy 2 because it's footlong season.
So you think Santa will like these red and green M&Ms?
I don't know. I never met the guy.
Santa?
Device's innovative and cutting-edge technology gives players a competitive advantage by accelerating recovery time and enhancing player performance, keeping players like Super Bowl MVP Patrick Mahomes ready for action on the field.
2nd and 1 after completion to Amari Cooper. Chase Young, the rookie out of Ohio State, takes down Andy Dalton. Sack apiece now for both these defenses. 3rd and 10 back at the 41 for the Dallas Cowboys. Still 2 timeouts, minute 20 to play here before halftime. Out of the gun, trip stop your screen, that's a hold. Dalton gets out of it, has a man. It's complete to Gallup, but he's going to be short. And that's a good spot, but he's short. Yeah. He's a half yard shy, and they're going to give him a first down. They give him a first down 49. Jesus Christ. They're going to whistle down, take a look at it. It's going to be short. It's going to be 4th and inches. And if it's short, turnover on downs, Washington's going to get the ball back up 7. A minute 11 to play and 3 timeouts before halftime to potentially do some more damage here. He's short. It's a catch, but he's short. So they're going to look at it. They say first down and 10 right now. They have to find, of course, undisputed evidence to overturn it. They should have it. It's tough, though, you know. You never, hardly ever overturn, you know, the spot of the football on a review. Whether it's a challenge or, you know, coming down from up above. So they'll spot it where it's probably spotted at, or they might move it back a little bit and then bring the chain gang out and measure. Probably stand, probably 1st and 10, even though it should be 4th and inches because he was short. It was a good spot by the ref, but he was short. Regardless if it's first down and 10 for Cowboys, okay, the drive continues. But if it's 4th and inches for them, more so than not, they'll probably go for it. They'd be smart because they're on the right side of the 50. But for the most part, I'd punt. I'd pin them deep, make Washington drive to close with half. I get still with 3 timeouts under a minute to play, though, to add on to their lead. Because if you go for it, you don't get it if it's 4th down if they overturn this. Washington's going to have the ball around midfield, you know, 3 timeouts and same amount of time. And rather than potentially getting a field goal, maybe even a touchdown. But even they could get that if they get a good drive going and drive the distance. So it's looking good for Washington, you know, either way. Dallas, for the most part, too, it's all just going to depend on what they say on this review right now, which they should overturn. It should be 4th and inches, but rather than throwing 10 yards downfield on 4th and inches this time around like you did last time, you didn't get it, and then, you know, Washington ended up scoring off of that. Run it up the damn middle, run up the gut. You have 2 timeouts. You can get up there and, you know, hike it again real quick, get another play off, and then go from there. But they should overturn this, I would think. He's going to be short, but knowing them, it'll stand. Okay, they overturn it. It's 4th and inches. Yeah, the ref there on the far Cowboys sideline, he did give them a very, very good spot. So 4th and a yard, they say. Mike McCarthy, once again, not happy about it. But they looked at it and they overturned it. If you look at it and overturn it, there's nothing you can do. You can't complain. You got to run this ball. You can't be throwing, you know, deep on 4th and short because you're going to turn the ball over. And they're going to have a minute and 3 timeouts to, you know, go up a little bit more on you before halftime. Yeah, credit Cowboys when you get the ball big in the second half, but still. You run the ball. You have Ezekiel Elliott as your running back. And you're not running enough as it is. Quarterback sneak, see, first down. It works 99.99% of the time. And now we got some pushing and shoving, a little scuffle, getting feisty. And they're gonna roll on. Clock's winding. First down 10 Cowboys. So now we got a whistle. Washington can take a timeout just to get set Make sure Dallas doesn't, have anything up their sleeves and catch them off guard. Good timeout. It's both teams now, 2 timeouts remaining. 57 seconds to play in the first half. If Dallas doesn't score now that they picked the first down, cutting it to 4 or tying it up at halftime, even with them getting the ball to begin the second half, and then potentially scoring then, because if they score now and then score then, they're going to be up. Then they can control the rest of the game in the second half, especially at home. So, 2 timeouts, 57 seconds. You're on the right side of the 50. You need points. You need points on this.
Different story. That was a game talking about week 7 where Mike McCarthy lost his quarterback Andy Dalton to that hit in the third quarter by John Bostic that got Bostic ejected and fined. Gave Dalton a concussion, and then he had to deal with COVID. So he missed 2 starts. That carried him through the bye week, and then came back to get the victory at the Vikings last week to get Dallas to 3-7, Washington's 3-7, Phillies on top in the division at 3-6-1, and oh, by the way,
Mike McCarthy's still bitching at the refs.
They're 3-7 as well. Mike McCarthy has been in.
He just wants to make sure everything's right, make sure everything's set.
Since even before that first down carry by Dalton.
You can't be complaining when they looked at it and overturned it. You picked up a first down, and then they called a timeout. So it's still your football, 1st and 10. You still have 2 timeouts as well. He's probably talking, hey, add some more time on this clock. Oh, they take off 8 seconds rather than tack on a few more. So Dallas has less time to work with now. So, see, that's what you get. You complain you want more time, and then, well, no, we're going to take time off for you. So you got 2 timeouts, down 7. 49 seconds to play here in the first half. 48 yards to go for a touchdown. To hit Pater. Dalton going to go deep. That's holding. That's defensive holding. That's a good call. 2 flags come in. Cooper was being held. And, yeah, that's a good call. They say pass interference. So that's a spot foul. When earlier it was a PI and they called hold. 5 yards automatic first down. This time around, they call PI when it should be a hold in the 5 yard. So they're all over the place. They don't know what the hell they're doing. Blind as a damn bat. 1st and 10. I mean, I get they called it, all right, because it was a clear penalty. Like, that's the thing. If it's a penalty, call it. If it's not, don't. But make sure it's the right penalty when you call it. From the 20, bubble screen complete to Michael Gallup. A yard, maybe 2 for him. He gets out of bounds. Clock should continue to roll. 2nd down. Sorry for any problems with the chat now as well. It is saying here, it seems like the chat for some reason has been disconnected and cannot reconnect. So unfortunately, if you have any chat questions or comments, super chats or super stickers, you're going to have to hold off on those until Saturday. And then on Sunday as well for more college football and NFL, as for some reason it's all whack today. But it is Thanksgiving. Hopefully everyone's having a happy holiday, and Christmas right around the corner now. So happy Thanksgiving, Merry Christmas, Happy New Year over the next month and a half or so. So 3rd down, as Gallup just picked up a few more yards. It'll be 3rd down. Dallas with a timeout, and they'll have 1 remaining now. We'll see if we can, in the meantime, get this pulled back up by any means. By the looks of it, probably not. And even with the normal technical difficulties, of course, some new ones arising, as always. I mean, once again, it's 2020, so here we are. 3rd and 5, 30 seconds to play here in the first half. Ball to 15, Dallas football down 7, empty set 5 wide. Lead 10. Play clock winding down, bubble screen complete once again to Gallup. He's only going to get another yard or two, if that. Clock's going to roll. Washington's probably going to take a timeout here because Dallas have a 4th and 4 field goal for the 3rd time for Zerline today. Good coverage by Washington. Why the Cowboys take a timeout with 23 seconds? Wind that clock to 1, 2, 3 seconds left. And then call your timeout and kick it. You're going to give them the ball back now with 2 timeouts in less than 20 seconds, which, okay, they'll probably just take a knee, but still. Unless they have something up their sleeve here and they're going to fake. 32 yards. It's an extra point, basically. 3rd time in the afternoon for Zerline. Kick's going to be up and good, so Dallas cuts to 4 again. They led 3-0, trailed 7-3.
Joe Buck, that's what a Hall of Famer looks like. And 19 times you and I have been either here or in Detroit or back at...
And now, with the field goal, Washington leads 17-13. Happy Thanksgiving, so they say, yes.
For a lot of people, and I know the Cowboys are dealing with a lot, but within all that, we still do obviously have a lot to be thankful for.
We'll have a Christmas Day game as well in the NFL this year, next month, with the Vikings and Saints. That's as of now, pending any schedule changes. But
how different Thanksgiving is on this day. I don't need to remind anybody what 2020 has been like.
Yeah, 2020 has been a whirlwind of a year for everyone. But everything going on right now is not going to be ended by any means come New Year, so don't be wishing that. I don't get why they didn't take the clock the whole way down and then kick it and be halftime right now. You're going to kick it back to Washington with time remaining and 2 timeouts. Makes no sense. And plus a touchback. They get 1st and 10, 25-yard line, 19 seconds and 2 timeouts to extend their 4-point lead that they have right now at 17-13 over the Cowboys. They'll probably just take a knee, like I said, but still. That was just so stupid by Dallas to take a timeout. I'd understand Washington taking one, trying to save them some time, but who cares if the Cowboys have 1 timeout left or not? Okay, yeah, Washington's just going to take a knee anyway, but still. The point is, come on. Halftime, 17-13, Washington over Dallas. The new Washington football team from the Redskins lead the Dallas Cowboys on the road on Thanksgiving here today. Now officially at the half, as the final seconds tick off, it's 17-13. Got a few passing touchdowns. Washington with the advantage though in the rushing game. Zeke probably didn't have 25 yards total. We'll look at the stats here in a second, but at the half it's 17-13. I wonder if we'll get a halftime performance like we normally do on Thanksgiving. But regardless if there's fans there or not. Detroit didn't have any fans earlier. Dallas does, but Dallas has run ball better in the second half. They don't win this. Like I said at the start, run it with Zeke. Feed him all game. Dalton makes some plays, airs it out, all the playmakers. They're probably going to win. But if Alex Smith is making plays on the other side, which he needs to, has to, for them to win, well, Washington's going to beat you. So, yeah, I doubt Zeke has probably, we'll see here. He probably has no more than 25 rushing yards, I bet. Pollard maybe a little bit more, or maybe a few more total yards because he's been able to catch it out of the backfield. But
What do you think? Like a race? Yeah, all right. You marks? Get set, go. The best way to feel the love is to share.
the Dallas Cowboys' problem is being the Dallas Cowboys, honestly.
A new Subaru model. Like the
Like,
2021 Subaru Ascent with 0% APR for 63 months.
they're that
On to the next one. Best 2 out of 3.
team, they're that
Stucky Subaru. We're here
players that
The UPSL plan
just,
provides
okay, we're going to go out and play football.
We're able to
Which
provide
I get, okay.
appropriate screening tests for
But,
health plan members. We have
and whatever
coaches
happens,
that are able
all right.
to provide
But
nutritional information, diabetes information.
we're going to do it
help encourage
as
people on lifestyle modifications and then help them with their
we know how to do it,
When Mike
yet
Tomlin's
it's not
coaching
working.
Steelers,
Like, something
he
needs to
gives the
change.
players plays to run.
I mean, they're in it,
He
it's
says,
close.
We're going to run this play at the goal line. My job is the same way. I'm the coach. I'm giving my patients.
Like, they're that type of person that is like all that, or thinks they're hot shit.
We got your back. I do think the
And
health plan
then,
supports us, empowers us, and
you know,
gets
boom.
out of the way and lets us be doctors and do what we do best.
Whatever, you know, confronts them is
Health plan
in front of them then until they move past it. And Dallas has been in this position since last time they won a Super Bowl. Honestly, you think about it. So, you got to run the ball with Zeke more. I tell you what, he only has 5 carries for 15 yards. Alex Smith is 12 of 15 for 70 yards passing and a touchdown. All right, they got the Salvation Army. Red Kittle. As they normally would during the holidays here. And Kane Brown doing the voiceover. Wonder if he's going to have a performance here virtually, by any means or not. Logan Thomas has that one pass for 28 yards to Terry McLaurin, who has 2 catches for 36 yards.
The tradition continues. Here to kick off the 24th Red Kettle campaign, please welcome multi-platinum recording artist Kane Brown.
Okay, so they are going to have Kane Brown perform. And Kane Brown's actually live at AT&T Stadium right now performing. By the looks of it, this is live. This might be pre-taped though, honestly. Because it looks like it's... Unless they, within the past 5 minutes, very quickly, because the sun was out, they had the roof open, yeah, this isn't live. This is pre-taped from probably last night or earlier today, sometime. And of course, now all for TV. So they are having, you know, your halftime shows during the Thanksgiving games today, but now not live. But Kane Brown doing his best. Tony Gibson, 11 carries for 43 yards in the score. Peyton Barber, 3 of 21. So Andy Dalton leading the way with the 2 quarterbacks who have a touchdown apiece. Dalton's 15 of 18 for 151 in the score. Smith is 12 of 15 for 70 in the score. And then Thomas, like I said, 1 of 1 for 28 yards with that pass to Terry McLaurin, who has 2 catches for 36 yards. And Tony Gibson, 11 carries for 43 yards in the score. Peyton Barber, 3 of 21. J.D. McKissick only has 1 carry for 6 yards. However, he also has 2 catches for 21 yards. And then Gibson also has 5 catches for 21 yards. As well, Logan Thomas, 4 for 20 and a score. And then Dallas, Ezekiel Elliott, 5 carries for 15 yards. Andy Dalton, 2 of 13. Pollard, 2 of 4. Pollard, I thought he had a catch or 2, though, too. I guess not. So I take that back with what I said. Pollard might have more total yards than Zeke. Obviously not, but Zeke doesn't have much either. Cooper, 4 catches for 98 yards and touchdown. Gallup, 5 of 22. Schultz, 3 of 15. CeeDee Lamb has 2 catches for 9 yards as well. And then Zeke has a catch for 7 yards. So Zeke has 6 touches for 22 total yards here in the first half. Not good enough. We saw the Texans defeat the Lions earlier today, 41-25. Come Sunday now, rather than later on tonight with the Ravens and Steelers, with that game being postponed, we'll have Pittsburgh host Baltimore on Sunday afternoon. I'll have live reactions play then of that game, along with Chiefs and Buccaneers as well, Sunday at 4:25. Also on Sunday, the Raiders will head to the ATL to take on the Falcons. Chargers and Bills from Orchard Park. Giants, Bengals should be a good one. See who starts at quarterback for Cincy with Burrow out, but I say a good one with, of course, Washington and Dallas facing off today at 3-7. The Giants also at 3-7. I'm sure they're watching this game, as are the Eagles, who play on Monday night at home against the Seahawks. So the NFC East is going to come down to the wire. It'll come down to week 15, 16, 17 probably once again. Panthers, Vikings, Cardinals, Patriots. We'll have that one with the Ravens and Steelers on Sunday. As NBC is getting a 1 o'clock regular season game for the first time in quite a while. Honestly, I don't know if that's ever happened before. Now that I think about that, but because normally they'll have a Saturday or Sunday primetime game, and that's during the playoffs, but not during the regular season. And of course, Sunday football throughout the year, but not a Sunday afternoon game during the regular season. Kane Brown with the halftime for Washington and Dallas, pre-taped from probably last night, like I said, though. Kelsey Ballerini was just out there helping out with that last song as they have a duet together. But Kane Brown, up until recently, was arguably one of the, in all of country music, hottest acts, music-wise. But as of late, yeah, this was like pre-taped last night. Like, come on. Because they show it from outside. There's the Dallas Cowboy cheerleaders as well. But he like completely fell off the face of the earth, wasn't doing anything. And then has reemerged as of late. But my opinion, he's more pop than he is country. But country music now is country pop as it is. You know, it's not your traditional, you know, whatever genre or whatever generation of country music, you know, you like or whatever you listen to. Happy Thanksgiving, yet you perform this and they're acting as if it's the 4th of July, setting off fireworks. But halftime, now done and over with for the performance, at least for Kane Brown, but I'll leave it at that. Yeah, NBC getting a Sunday afternoon game with Sunday Night Football still with the Bears and Pack, but Ravens Steelers was supposed to be tonight, of course, and we wouldn't be doing this game unless, you know, with what unfolded. Because it was supposed to be Ravens Steelers. We'd have live reactions coming up shortly, but of course that game won't take place now until Sunday. So doubleheader on Sunday, which I'm fine with, okay, but still, supposed to be tonight. We bump up to Washington, Dallas as we're at the half, just not tuning in. we'll have Ravens, Steelers, and then for the most part, as far as I know, it's Cardinals, Patriots for myself here in my area on Fox at 1 o'clock, as they won't have a 4:25 game this week because they got Thanksgiving. As CBS does as well, with Texans, Lions, and Washington, Dallas, but Fox had the 4:25 last week, so CBS gets the 4:25 this week. You know, every other week for the most part. As CBS will have Chiefs and Bucks, which should be a good one with Mahomes and Brady. But we also got Panthers, Vikings, as mentioned, with the Cardinals and Patriots. Cliff Kingsbury, a former player under Belichick, early on in the 20-year tenure for cut-off sweatshirt. And now you got a rookie quarterback, or a second-year quarterback, I should say, in Kyler Murray, who's lighting the league on fire. With Belichick and defense coming off a loss against Watson and the Texans, they'll be ready. They'll get after them. Don't be shocked if the Pats beat the Cardinals on Sunday. Should be a good game, though. Cardinals, Patriots, Dolphins, and the winless Jets. We'll see what's going on with the quarterback situation with Tua and Ryan Fitzpatrick, on who will start that game, and then, depending on what happens, potentially comes in later. The Dolphins, their schedule, I know they got the Chiefs at home, as Kansas City will go back to Miami, place they won the Super Bowl last February. In a few weeks, they got the Bengals. That's Burrow, Tua, but Joey Burrow's done for the year. All the Patriots, Raiders should be a good game, and then the Bills, arguably for the division. So, going to come down the wire there with who's going to win the AFC and NFC East for the most part. And who knows, the Patriots could still make a run too with 6 losses, 4-6 right now. The Texans, as a wild card, maybe they were saying earlier, but they're 4-7 even with the win. 4-3 now since firing Bill O'Brien, but might be, even with only a month left, still a lot of football to be played, might still be a little too late. We also got the Saints and Broncos, Browns and Jags, 49ers and Rams. Sunday night football is mentioned, Bears and Packers, and then Monday night is Seahawks and Eagles. But the 3 big ones on Sunday, we got the Ravens and Steelers, postponed from tonight until Sunday now. Titans and Colts as well. Whoever wins this is going to win the AFC South. Whoever doesn't will be a wild card. The Colts went to Tennessee a few weeks back on Thursday night, defeated the Titans. Tennessee now going on the road. We'll see if they can split. Indy looked pretty damn good though last week at home against the Packers, coming from behind and winning. So should be a toss-up there, as should Baltimore and Pittsburgh, because it came down to the final play back on November the 1st. Following the postponement from Tennessee-Pittsburgh, that pushed Pittsburgh's bye up to early October compared to on November the 1st when it was supposed to be, because the Baltimore game from the 25th of October got pushed back a week because the schedule's been screwed up for everyone. But Ravens-Steelers is going to be a good one on Sunday, as is Titans and Colts. And then, like I said, with Mahomes and Brady, the Chiefs and Bucks, not Chiefs and Patriots, Chiefs and Buccaneers from Tampa, could potentially be a preview of Super Bowl 55 come February. But we take a look at the standings, though, as well. AFC East, it's Buffalo's to lose. It honestly, truly is. The Bills should win the AFC East, but if they stumble, as they'll have to play the Patriots along with the Dolphins once more. The AFC East is Buffalo's to lose right now, in my opinion. Miami could somehow win the East. If not, they're going to be right there as a wild card right now. But like I just said with their schedule, they got a few tough games coming up. So could make the playoffs, could not make the playoffs. Of course, all just depends on what happens over the next month. But right now, it's Buffalo and Miami. And then Pittsburgh winning the North as they're the last unbeaten 10-0. You got Cleveland at 7-3, Baltimore at 6-4. Baltimore is on the outside looking in right now after losing a few of their past games. Indy and Tennessee play. Whoever wins that's going to win the division. Loser as a wild card. And then you got the Chiefs and Raiders out west. So you look at the AFC overall, it's Pittsburgh, Kansas City, Buffalo, and Indy as your 4 division winners, with the Titans, Browns, and Raiders right now as your 3 wildcard teams, with Baltimore and Miami on the outside looking in. But when you have 4 teams that are 7-3, 2 at 6-4, and 2 of the 7-3 teams in the same division, one going to make it as the winner, one as a wild card, and then one as, one team in the East at 7-3, one at 6-4. Miami's probably going to need Baltimore to lose. Miami's probably going to have the Raiders lose as well. I know they'll play head-to-head. But Miami's going to have to take care of some business by themselves rather than lose. And then, as it's going to come down to that once again, as it always does. Okay, teams are going to lose here coming up, and then they're going to have to rely on other teams to do whatever they're going to need done to make the playoffs. With all the tiebreakers and just everything that always takes place. So right now the playoffs in the AFC, it's Pittsburgh, Kansas City, Buffalo, and Indy, followed by Tennessee, Cleveland, and the Raiders. So the Raiders would go to Kansas City, where they already won this year. However, they lost at home last Sunday night. The Browns would go to Buffalo, and then the Titans would once again go to Indy, as they do on Sunday. And Pittsburgh will get a bye. But Pittsburgh still has to play the Ravens on Sunday. They still got to play the Bengals, and they still got to play the Browns, along with the Bills and the Colts. So a lot of football still left. Denver, New England, and Houston looking in from far away via some binoculars behind both Baltimore and Miami. So Baltimore and Miami, the Ravens and Dolphins, say if one of 2, Indy or Tennessee, along with Cleveland and the Raiders, stumble, head-to-head wins, mixed into that, those teams then could, move up, and, vice versa, teams fall down then. So that's it for the AFC in the standings. Pittsburgh, Kansas City, Buffalo, Indy, Tennessee, Cleveland, and Vegas, followed by Baltimore and Miami. And then on the NFC side of things, as we talk about the NFC East, second half about to begin with the Washington football team, the Redskins, and the Cowboys. Eagles still lead that division right now, 3-6-1. They don't play until Monday night, though, against the Seahawks. And they're probably going to get killed, blurry, by Russ. As he'll be cooking up for his family, they probably already ate 3:30 out west, but he'll be cooking on Monday night too. Because Phillies, this division, I tell you what, just get rid of them all. And it's going to bring up a question: should they realign, the AFC and NFC with, say, having the AFC East, or NFC East for that matter. I mean, but you look at it, the NFC teams, there's no other teams for the NFC East that could be there other than Philly, New York. I mean, Dallas is the exception because they're in the middle of Texas. But then Washington, because you don't have anybody else on the East Coast in the NFC to potentially join that division. Unless you put Carolina, maybe, because they'd be the closest down south, and then have the Cowboys join the NFC South, which they wouldn't want to do because they'd be 4th place every single year because the Saints and Bucks and Falcons would be beating them. We're underway now in the second half, but they won't realign. They'll keep it as it is. The NFC East, whoever wins 6 games first is going to win the division probably. So you got Philly, New York, Dallas, and Washington right now. Winner of this is going to be in first place. The Giants and Eagles still have to play this weekend. Only one team's going to come out, and it's going to be the division winner. We'll get back into the North, South, and West as we'll go around the country with the geography lesson here today on Thanksgiving. Where'd the Pilgrims first settle? That's a good question. Second down after a few-yard pickup up the gut for the Washington football team here. 2nd and 4 officially. But first half reports from on-field analysts and Aaron Andrews and Christina Pink. Joe Buck, Troy Aikman on the call for Fox. 2nd and 4 from the 31 for the Dallas Cowboys. And Dalton going to hand off to Zeke, and he fumbles it, and Washington has it. But was he down? I think he was down, and then the ball came out. Yeah, I think he was down. That's going to be a good call. Washington has it. So if they want to look at it, if he wasn't down, they recover. It's going to be Washington football. But that's a fumble. His elbow, his forearm was not down. No knees, thighs, calves, head. Nothing of Ezekiel Elliott's body was down. And that ball is out. That is a fumble. The Skins recovered it. That's Washington football. And what I say, run the ball with Zeke, but if they can't hold on to it, they turn it over. And Washington, can capitalize it, oh my. It's going to be a long day, long second half here now for the Cowboys. And come off-season time, should Jerry Jones sell the team? Is Dak Prescott the franchise quarterback? Should we trade Zeke? It's a fumble. You got to hold on to the damn ball. Plain and simple. You don't hold on to football, cough it up every single time. What do you expect? It's a challenge by Washington, so they'll take a look at it, and right now it's 3rd and 1 for the Cowboys, but it should be 1st and 10, and it will be 1st and 10 for Washington, I think. Take a look at the NFC. Like I said, whoever wins the East is making playoffs. No one else will get in. Right now, Green Bay is going to be the only NFC North team. Honestly, too, because Chicago stumbled as well. They're 5-5. Green Bay plays tomorrow night, or Sunday night. It's Thanksgiving. Everything is all screwed up. Bear with me here. Yeah, Green Bay's going to win the North. Detroit's done for. The Vikings are probably done for. But both Chicago and Minnesota could sneak in. New Orleans and Tampa are your two out of the South. And then the West is going to get 3. It'll be the Rams, Seahawks, and Cardinals. So you look at the NFC overall from top to bottom. The AFC, honestly, even normally with the NFC being tighter at this point and then moving forward, there's a lot of football played, of course I get that, but even after just the past few weeks too, the NFC seemed tighter. Now it's a little loose. The AFC seems tighter than the NFC right now, with more teams fighting for playoff spots. Because in the NFC, but we'll do the math, it's the top 7 now with the new playoff format. It's New Orleans as your 1 seed because Green Bay lost last week. The Rams at 2, Packers at 3, Seahawks at 4. Those are your division winners. Wild card teams would be Tampa, Arizona, and Chicago. Chicago has a 7 at 5-5. So honestly, still Minnesota, San Fran, and Carolina. Even Detroit with a loss today at 3-6, or 4-7 now. 3-6-1 Eagles right behind them, along with the Giants, Cowboys, Skins, and Falcons to close it out. That's your NFC playoff picture. Yeah, so honestly, the AFC has, 10 teams about, and the NFC only has 7. So you'd have, and it's a fumble. Good challenge by Washington. Ezekiel coughs it up once more. And the Dallas Cowboys turn it over to the Washington football team. And the Skins are getting it back. Up 4, not even a minute into the second half here. On the road against the Dallas Cowboys, 17-13. We're just now tuning in. They'll have first and 10. Good starting field position here. Ball at the 33-yard line. And Dallas kicked off. Okay, further off in the second half. Fumble on their opening drive. Washington, they can't capitalize and score here. All comes down to it. Cowboys then make a few plays late. Washington's going to deserve to lose. But if they can score here, extend their lead, Dallas can't do anything right. They can't run the ball, let alone run it and then cough it up. Dalton has to do it all. He's only thrown to Cooper, it seems like, all game. Even though he has gone to Gallup and CeeDee Lamb maybe a total of 4 times, so that's it. Alex Smith on the slant over the middle, complete to Terry McLaurin. Got a lot of Ohio State Buckeyes on both these squads. But Washington here, don't want to underestimate them by any means, but they're looking pretty good. Against not just a banged up Cowboys team, because they get all the injuries too, but still. You shoot yourselves in the foot too many times, like, come on. Just no. You don't deserve to be winning football games. And then Washington wins. Whoever wins this game, as mentioned, is going to be in the driver's seat in the division. And now we got a real fumble, Ruski. We got a fumble on the snap. But we got a flag as well. Washington recovers, so it seems like all these players were, in fact, eating turkey at halftime. Didn't wash or wipe their hands. And, okay, so with the snap infraction, that's why they had the fumble, which is basically a false start. So they'll replay the down. But if Dallas, of course, would recover, they define it to be Cowboy football, turn it back and forth now. So Washington keeps it. They luck out with a fumble. Have a 2nd and 16 back at the 28-yard line. Out of the gun, 3 wide, tight end motion near side. Dallas going to bring 4 on the pressure. It's going to be over the middle, caught at the 20-yard line, inside the red zone. Down inside the 15, right at the first down marker. They should give him a first down right there. Okay, they'll mark him just shy. 3rd and short for Washington. We'll get back into the playoff picture in a second, along with the chat as well. And thank you for the chat questions and comments. Super chat, super stickers. But having some issues with the connection with the chat. Disconnecting and YouTube saying they cannot reconnect it, so nothing really I can do about that. But as the Cowboys are trying to run a defender off of the field, and then he trips and falls on the sideline, they call a timeout so they don't get caught with 12 men on defense, and it's a simple, easy 5-yard penalty against their defense, and automatic first down for Washington. So they called timeout. That's probably going to come back and hurt them. Split screen commercial. Just stupid, you know? Like, you beat yourself. You deserve to lose. And then there's no explanation. So 3rd and 1 still for Washington. Yeah, the defender was running off, and then he tripped and fell. He literally dove out of bounds before the timeout was called, but they still called the timeout. So they probably could have kept the timeout, honestly, because he dove out of bounds by that point. But they call it. They're down to 2. Still a lot of time left here in the second half, but it's probably going to come back and hurt them. Out of the eye. And then the fullback motions the tight end. The tight end motions the fullback. Dallas was offsides on that. Come on. You cannot jump 5 seconds before the snap is snapped and sack the quarterback. That's offsides. Oh my God. No wonder he took him down. He's unblocked coming up the middle. And now Washington's going to have to settle for a field goal. Complete blown missed call. Was that not offsides? Yeah, you can't review a non-penalty that wasn't called. I get that. And, you know, yeah, livid on the Washington sideline. Come on. That's just bullshit right there. Now it's going to start getting chippy because Washington's going to do the same thing. You know damn well they are once Dallas gets the ball back on offense. So Washington's going to have to settle for a field goal here. Go up 6, 20-13. Or if I can do math correctly, go up 7, 20-13 with a field goal. And the kick's up and good. So a lot of field goals today with 2 passing touchdowns, but that's it. It's 20-13. Washington on top of Dallas here early third quarter as the Washington football team, the Redskins, capitalize off of the Zeke Elliott fumble with a field goal. Should have been a touchdown. Our drive should at least continue. You know, we'd have a first and goal right now. But they kick a field goal and go up 7. From 17-13 to 20-13 with the field goal. So, that's where we stand, 2013 Washington. As mentioned, with the playoffs. As, of course, come Sunday, some of this might change. But in the AFC, Pittsburgh's on a bye. The Raiders will go to Kansas City. The Browns will go to Buffalo, and the Titans, as they do on Sunday, will go back to Indy. Take on the Colts. With the Ravens and Dolphins right now on the outside looking in. NFC side of things, you have the Saints at number 1 with a first-round bye. And then it's Chicago and the Rams. That was a Monday night game last month from LA, so the Bears would go back out to Southern California. You'd have the Cardinals in Green Bay early to mid-January. Lambeau Field against Aaron Rodgers and the Packers. For another situation they'd like to be in. Along with Tampa going to Seattle. So, good games, good matchups on paper right now, but still, you know, a few more weeks of football left to be played. As it's only week 12, it's Thanksgiving, Christmas right around the corner, but a lot of football still left to be played before the playoffs do in fact begin with the new playoff format at 7 teams per conference in the AFC and NFC respectively. Only the top seed, whoever is number 1, they, in both the AFC and NFC, will be the only teams with byes. 7 will play 2, 6 will play 3, and 5 will play 4, and vice versa. 20-13 coming out of the commercial break following the field goal. Washington leads 20-13 on the road against the Dallas Cowboys. And now a kickoff. Like I said, we'll check in on the chat, questions and comments, see if we can get that figured out, as it was giving me issues a little bit ago. And a touchback on the kick. But nonetheless, Cowboy football, first and 10 for 25.
I don't think he is offside. He's not lined up really close to the line of scrimmage, and he does move just before the ball is snapped. But to me, he does not get into the neutral zone until the snap starts. So actually, as funny as it did appear, and it didn't seem like in real time he might have been, I don't think he was.
First and 10 from 25. Dalton going to hand off. And Zeke going to hold on to the football this time out past the 40 almost a 20-yard gain, but there's a flag on the play, and this is probably going to be coming back for a hold.
Washington thinks this one's coming back. They're all heading that way, and this looks like a different Ezekiel 86 offense.
Holding on Dalton Schultz. 10 yards, they'll replay first down. So an 18-yard run off the board. That's a hold. Yeah, exactly. Stupid. Just flat out stupid.
And I would agree with that. I mean, I say why not? I mean, you can still have just 2 challenges, but why wouldn't you just review everything? And like Mike Pereira said, I don't know that Washington wins that challenge if they were to challenge it. But
Dalton looking to throw, has the man at the 30. On 1st and 20, they get 19 to 13, Michael Gallup. And it'll be 2nd and 1.
They're off coverage about 70% of the time, and so you really have your entire route tree.
So at least Dalton's going to someone other than Amari Cooper. Under center, 3 wide, tight end in motion. This will be a handoff to Zeke, probably. Yeah, handoff to Zeke. First down run, holds on to the football, gets out past the 40 to the 42. First down, Cowboys.
Just think right now, what we've seen in this half with Ezekiel Elliott, I mean, he's running the football well, he's seeing the holes, and he's hitting them. I mean, he's his first carry of this second half. He ran with some tremendous power, and he's a tough guy. Once he gets going, good luck trying to slow him down.
Pass incomplete to midfield. Gallup almost had it. A little too far to the near sideline from Andy Dalton. But Gallup's almost was able to bring it in for a catch. Just a little too far off his fingertips, incomplete. 2nd and 10. And with 9-1-1 to play in the 3rd quarter, hopefully your neighbors aren't calling the cops on you for having too many people over for Thanksgiving today. The Dallas Cowboys are going to run up the middle with Tony Pollard for 4 yards. 3 actually, so they say. 3rd down and 7 is where they spot it. Ball at the 45, 3rd and 7 for Dallas. Trips near side out of the gun. Hard count. Dalton trying to get him offside. Play clock winding down. Better snap it. Get off just in time with 1 second. And then Dalton's going to get on the sack. And it'll be 4th and a mile. Back at the 32-yard line. So here we go again. Dallas Cowboys turning it over. They're going to give the ball back via punt, following the sack. And Washington's going to get it back. Up 7, 20-13 with 7:57 to play here in the 3rd quarter. Good punt. Very good punt. Filled at the 5-yard line. That's a block in the back. That's a block in the back. That is as well. Flags come flying in. Jesus Christ. So it'll be half the distance. They'll probably start off at the inside the 10, we'll say, depending on what one they threw the flag on or what one they'll take. But Washington's going to have end zone to their back here to start this drive. It'll be 1st and 10. It's just going to matter where the hell the ball's going to be spotted at. I'd say so, Troy Aikman. Okay, they say a hold. Half the distance, 1st down. Timeout. So yeah, it's going to be 1st and 10 from inside the 10. We'll see officially where they spot it when we come back. But commercial break. 2013, Washington on top of Dallas here in the 3rd quarter. Be sure to like, follow, and subscribe on social media if you haven't done so already. Links in the description below. Hit that thumbs up button. Share hashtag NFL, hashtag Washington football, hashtag Redskins, hashtag Cowboys. Happy Thanksgiving to everyone as well. Hopefully you've eaten a lot of turkey or pie or whatever you eat on Thanksgiving. Hashtag Thanksgiving as well. Chat questions and comments, super chat, super stickers. Always great, appreciate it as well. It seems for the most part the chat's up and running. It's reconnected after however long it's been since it disconnected a while back. Mid-second quarter there before halftime it seemed like, which seems like forever ago, but so does March when all this shit began. So if you have chat questions or comments, super chats, super stickers, those are always greatly appreciated. As always, be sure to like, follow, and subscribe. Links in the description below. But also be sure to tune back in on Saturday, 12 noon Eastern Time. Live right here on YouTube, Penn State, Michigan, Big Ten college football, live reactions, play-by-play, as the 0-5 blue and white Penn State Lions travel to the Big House to take on the Michigan Wolverines, who are coming off a triple overtime win last Saturday night on the road against Rutgers, who Penn State will play a week from Saturday. And then on Sunday, Steelers will host the Ravens in the rescheduled game from tonight. So Ravens-Steelers, 1:15 on NBC, live here on YouTube as well. And then at 4:25, Chiefs and Buccaneers, all live, with live reactions, play-by-play, with myself, your host, Encyclopedia Sports, Cool Hand Luke 96, all live right here on YouTube. So be sure to hit that red subscribe button if you haven't done so already. And once again, happy Thanksgiving to everyone tuning in and watching. Okay, 1st and 10 from the 5, where he fielded it at. So if he took a fair catch, no return, no holds or no block on the back, so they still start out the 5-yard line because he returned it. You had the penalty. 1st and 10 back of the 5. Fake the give from Smith. He's going to go, actually just dumps it off on a comeback far side. Complete for 9 yards to the 14. Terry McLaurin, once again, 2nd and 1. Seems like he was going deep down the far sideline. Nice catch by McLaurin there, who's from Columbus, played Ohio State. He has mentioned turned into the #1 receiver for Washington, but has come out of Ohio State, a good program that has turned a lot of wide receivers and defensive backs pro in becoming star players on respective teams. Honestly, Ohio State's for sure DBU right now, but I mean, wide receivers, the list goes on and on with them as well. A little underappreciated, to be honest with you, but there's a lot of other schools that produce a lot of talent at every position as well. You start up front with the offensive line, quarterback, running back, wide receivers, tight ends. You got the defense with the D-line, linebackers, and secondary then. So Alex Smith, 1st and 10 pass, complete. And Terry McLaurin, once again, having a hell of a day. Out past 35-yard line, nearing the 40, but a 1st down and 10. Ball 38, 1st and 10 Skins. Maybe a little bit of a false start. They let it go. A toss to Gibson. He's going to get about a yard or so, maybe, if that, if he's lucky, before running out of bounds. 2nd down.
Special Terry McLaurin has been. He's been productive despite the fact he's played with 5 different quarterbacks 2 seasons into his NFL career.
Yeah.
He told me, look, I understand that my job as a receiver is to make the quarterback's job easier. It doesn't matter who is taking the snaps back there. I've got to get open. I've got to run clean routes, and they'll be able to make plays.
Exactly. Your receiver, tight end, just get the hell open. Quarterback's going to find you eventually. He'll get you the ball. Smith, complete. And 2nd and 9. They give him about 7.5. He's going to be short. It'll be 3rd down. And a long one. Out of the gun, they run a wildcat formation with Logan Thomas and a quarterback, former quarterback of Virginia Tech, turned tight end, so he knows what the hell he's doing. And he faked the give to Peyton Barber, kept it for himself, and picked up a 1st down on 3rd down and short as Alex Smith was lined up out wide. So back to regular formation here. 1st and 10. Alex Smith in the shotgun. Ball at midfield. Pump fake. He's going to roll out now near side and throw it away incomplete out of bounds. And there's a man there. Intended for Gibson, so no intentional grounding. 2nd and 10. Yeah, Dallas has been banged up, as everyone has, so far this year. Way too many injuries in the sport of football as a whole. It doesn't matter what level. But you got to play through it, And when you turn the ball over as many times as they had, and can't stop whoever the hell they're playing on offense, what do you expect? Pass on 2nd and 10 incomplete on a 5-yard dig to Gibson. It'll be incomplete 3rd and 10. Still 20-13. And up, down. Xavier Woods on the coverage. I'm sure he's having a good day, but probably hoping for a new day and a... Okay, we got another injury on the Dallas defense. But just hoping once that new day comes that, they're playing good football, they're healthy, they're winning football games. But, okay, 2 defenders just ran into each other. And, okay, that's why the one's dizzy right now. Trying to get the hell off the field. This Dallas defense is all messed up. They don't know what the hell they're doing. They're rushing guys in and out, left and right. They have no clue what the hell the play is. Looks like they're going to bring an all-out blitz right now. 3rd and 10 from midfield. And then here comes Vander Esch as well, and it's picked off. Jalen Smith, Cowboys pick 6. He's going to be brought down inside the 5. So, well, not knowing what to do on defense, they figured it out. Brought pressure on Smith. He dumped it off. Didn't see him. Intercepted, and Dallas is a player or 2 away from tying this ball game up. Stupid mistake by Alex Smith there. Should have just took a sack. Because it was 3rd down, you'd punt, and then Dallas would get it back, drive the length of the field. Your defense is playing well, but now you throw an interception. They almost return it for a touchdown. And they're, a player or 2 away here from tying it up. And Terry McLaurin with the tackle. Saving the touchdown. 1st and goal, Cowboys from the 4. Dallas does not score on this. Just end the franchise. Ezekiel Elliott on the give. He's going to be stuffed in the backfield for a loss of 3. Jesus Christ. He should have just took a sack. Both teams now the turnover apiece. And Washington capitalized off the fumble earlier with a field goal. And Alex Smith not happy with himself about that, which, totally understand, but still, just stupid. 2nd goal from the 6. They'll probably run a fade here. Now we got a motion man back in the backfield, so we're out of the pistol. They're going to run a trickery, and C.D. Lamb going to throw to Dalton. No, he's going to be brought down in the backfield. That was a complete loss. Good defensive coverage there by Washington. Washington throws an interception. Dallas has a 1st and goal from the 4-yard line. Now we have a 3rd and goal from back around the 10. Keep it simple. Quit trying to run everything you have up your goddamn sleeve. Now empty set 5 wide, 3rd and goal from the 10. Play clock winding down. Dalton looking to throw, and it's going to be caught and then it dropped incomplete in the end zone. And C.D. Lamb with the drop. Dallas going to have to settle for another field goal with 8.5 to play here in the, or as we near the end of the 3rd quarter, excuse me. That's a catch, and you dropped it. I don't care if you got hit or not. You got to catch it. It's a touchdown. Boom. Catch it. You're in the end zone, touchdown. But no, you get hit and you dropped it. Come on. Here comes Greg Zuerlein again for the 10th time this afternoon. Field goal up and good. So 20-16. So at least both teams capitalized off of the turnovers with points, with 3 points apiece with field goals. Should have both been touchdowns, though, honestly. Yeah, I don't think Hank would have done it that way by any means. He would have kept on trucking into the end zone for a touchdown, not the other way, you know, and have to settle for a field goal. So, play calling, piss poor. Like, seriously, like, what the hell? They cannot run the ball whatsoever. They have Ezekiel Elliott as a running back, and they can't run the football. There's something wrong there.
Today we give thanks. Thanks.
Especially when he's coughing it up, turn it over.
Thanks that the seeds were planted.
I wouldn't be shocked they trade him in the offseason if they don't make the playoffs, or even if they do make the playoffs. I'm saying that now on Thanksgiving, late November. You know, that won't happen until early next year, you know, after the Super Bowl. You know, come early, mid-March. Not starting rumors by any means, but I would not be shocked if Ezekiel Elliott is no longer Cowboy next year. But they'll keep him because they have him under contract. Like, who's going to want to take his contract? Probably nobody. But, I mean, there's going to be teams out there that are probably going to need a running back. You need a running back on football. But with Dallas having Dak potentially coming back, you know, signing him, he'll get his deal done. It's just a matter of how much he's going to get. You know, especially coming off of the franchise tag, no long-term extension, and then going down, season-ending injury. You know, he had leverage to begin with. He's got even more leverage now. Dallas, I mean, like I said, I wouldn't be shocked if Zeke isn't there, or even Dak next year, if they just move on from both of them and start over. But they'll get everything situated. It'll be all fine and dandy. Everybody can relax, and they'll do what they think's best, even if it's working or not. And okay, that's just them, and they'll go out and play and win. That's just how the Cowboys are, honestly. But until Jerry Jones is no longer the owner, but then you got his son running the shop, the Cowboys are going to be Cowboys like this for a while. Because they've been like this for how long? But, no, Dak will be back next year. Zeke will be back next year. I wouldn't be shocked if, especially Zeke, they, you know, can't run the ball with them. I mean, you got to do something, you know. Sky kick, filled at the 8-yard line, turn out to the 25, 29-yard line. It'll be 1st and 10 from there for the Washington football team as we near the end of the 3rd quarter. But no, Dak will be back, Zeke will be back. But of those two, don't be shocked if Zeke's not there next year if they trade him. Potentially even if they move on from Dak, trying to trade up next year in the draft for a quarterback and then draft a running back later. Like, there's a ton of options on the table. So 1st and 10 from the 29. And Smith going to hand off. Flag coming from behind. This is coming back for a hold. Be 10 yards. They'll replay it down. 1st and 20. Yep. So 1st and 20 now. Ball at the 19-yard line. It's 20-16. Washington on top of Dallas. The new football team in D.C. Redskins taking on Cowboys. Smith looking to throw. Dumps it off, but into the ground, incomplete. Wasn't intercepted though this time, so incomplete, 2nd and 20. I mean, as we'll enter the 4th quarter here shortly, it might come down to whoever the hell has the ball last is going to win this game. And what defense is going to bend, doesn't break, like I said earlier. Or who doesn't turn the ball over in the 4th. As we're even at 1 apiece in that category. Hand off, fake the end around then. 2 yards up the middle for Gibson. It'll be 3rd down and 18. 3rd and a mile with 1:45 to play here in the 3rd quarter. If I'm Washington, I run the football. Run, draw, just hold on to it and punt. Dallas, yeah, with momentum, closing out the 3rd, down 4, heading on into the 4th. But you make them drive. You rely on your defense, believe in your defense. Defense is, for the most part, held down the fort so far. Screen complete to Terry McLaurin. He gets to 31. But it's going to be 4th down. So they just get past the original line of scrimmage. So those penalties hurt. And incompletion, no yardage on a run. And then they get 13 on the pass, or 11 on the pass, excuse me. Bringing up 4th down and 7. But Washington's still going to have to punt here under a minute to play in the 3rd quarter. Washington has not punted since the first possession of the game. That's hard to believe. Ball going to bounce inside the 10. And then, good thing Dallas didn't touch that, because Washington will walk right in the end zone for another touchdown. They down around the 10-yard line. Will be 1st and 10 Cowboys from there. So 2016 Washington. They have 3 timeouts remaining here. Final 15 and change. Dallas Cowboys trailing by 4. 1st and 10 with only 2 timeouts, with 15 and change to go. So honestly, it could come down to whoever's not going to turn the ball over in the 4th quarter, and whoever has the ball last. What defense is going to bend but doesn't break. Pollard on the give. That should do it for the 3rd quarter. Pollard gets about 5 yards. It'll be 2nd down. They'll try to draw him off sides here, but they won't snap it. 10 seconds. And I'm just going to try to draw him off here. And end of the 3rd quarter. The Washington football team on the road on this Thanksgiving. The Redskins lead the Dallas Cowboys 20-16 at the end of the 3rd quarter. They'll switch end zones. We got 15 more minutes of football to play. Thank you once again for tuning in and watching. Be sure to like, follow, and subscribe on social media. The thumbs up button, share hashtag NFL, chat questions and comments, super chat, super stickers, always great appreciated. On top of that, but Dallas going to try to regain the lead here for the first time since the first half. And it's 20-16. And got for a run game. It's not like they're down 20 and they have to throw every play. Down 4, got 15 minutes to play. Run the football, find it at least, try to run it, and don't turn it over. Either of these teams, do not turn the ball over. If you turn the ball over, you're going to lose. Because we've seen 2 total turnovers, 1 apiece, and both teams capitalized for total 6 points on 2 field goals. So, just think if those are, touchdowns. Or if we have more turnovers and they turn into touchdowns. But it's going to be close. And it's going to come out of the wire here. So we'll see how this unfolds, how it all shakes out. But Washington leading by 4 right now at the end of 2016.
Affordable automotive repair. No matter where you live in Central PA, Elmar Tires will be your one-stop shop for new tires and auto repair. Hi, I'm Caleb Watkins. Come and visit any of our Elmar Tire locations for a quote. Or call and visit us online.
4 days only. Friday, Saturday, Sunday, and Monday. Figure Furniture is taking half off everything in the store. Half off every sofa, bedroom, dining room, recliner, sectional, table, and mattress. Everything in the store. Plus, take an extra discount equal to the sales tax, and 60-month special financing is available. Everything is half off. Visit FigureFurniture.com for more details. Figure Furniture, Altoona.
Go online to register to win from Able Pest Control.
Jalen Smith has been all over the place lately. He started in Fort Wayne, Indiana. As that interception nearly took it to the house. Stopped short, and then Washington's defense made a stop.
2nd and 5 for the Cowboys, ball 17-yard line as we begin the fourth quarter. 20-16. They trail. Pass going to be caught for 3 to Dalton Schultz, but it'll be 3rd down and 2.
Somebody from the NFC East is going to the playoffs. This is a big game as we get into the final stretch here of the 2020 season.
Yeah, huge game. I mean, whoever wins this game could find themselves at the end of the weekend, the top of the division. And
whoever wins this game now is going to be in first place until Sunday and Monday. But if the Giants and Eagles win, it'll be tied again for the most part. But whoever wins this is going to be in the driver's seat moving forward, like I said earlier. So Dalton on a quarterback keeper on 3rd and 2 picks up a 1st down as the chains will move. Yeah, good decision, tuck and run, now and open again. We saw that earlier. He had how much in front of him on a big 1st down pickup before they ended up taking a 7-3 lead. Or 3-0 lead, excuse me. Settling for a field goal. And then it was 10-3. And then 10-10, of course. But 2nd and 10, incomplete. 10 for Mark Cooper.
Yeah, sure did. And they didn't have a lot of a good job, but they were one-on-one. You just get the feeling, Joe, or at least I do. Here's a look at it. They got the safety in the middle of the field, but the corner is just...
Where's the receiver over the middle? There's no one there. You had an easy 1st down. Like, what kind of play call is that? 2nd and 10, trips near side, ball 24-yard line. Dalton going to be complete to Cooper now, 31. It'll be 3rd and about 3.
Good job. The Washington football team has had some problems.
Aikman with a Redskin line. And then Washington football making it up for his mistake, which, hey, it's just you know, how everything's been. This is how we know him. And then you want to change the name all of a sudden. Dalton on 3rd and 3 goes down on the sack. You got to throw it away. But on 3rd down, it's better to take a sack there rather than throw it and have it be picked off like Alex Smith did, and then Dallas with a field goal. So Dallas still trails by 4. They're going to punt. Washington get the ball back. Skins here if they can be balanced for the most part of the rest of this game. You have a 4-point lead on the road, 12:20 to play. They're going to run a fake punt. The Cowboys on a fake punt on 4th and 10, and it's going to be stuffed. What the hell are you doing? Mike McCarthy, what the hell is that? Way too many trick plays. And you were on a fake punt on 4th and 10 from inside the 30-yard line. Your own 30-yard line at that? Like, what the hell? You punt and pin them deep down 4. I don't care if you're trying to, you know, get some momentum and find some rhythm. You are giving the Washington football team, the Redskins, a 1st down and 10 now. Inside Cowboy territory to 30-yard line. Up 4 with 12 minutes to play. They score a touchdown here, it's over. You force them and hold them to a field goal, you're only down 7. Okay, it's still a ball game. But you give up a touchdown now, which they probably will, just knowing how things go. This game's over and Dallas is going to lose it because of a fake punt. You run a fake punt on 4th and 10 from inside your own 30-yard line. What the hell are you doing? You punt and pin them deep, make them drive. That's what I was saying. Washington, if you know they would drive, be balanced, take as much time as you can off the clock, control the rest of the game. You know, it's in your hands. You turn it over, give it back to them. Rely on your defense still down or up 4, and you lose that way, okay, so be it. But Dallas is just, I don't get what the hell they're doing. Like, this isn't Madden NFL football. Even though I'm sure John Madden with his turduckins is watching on Thanksgiving. Don't get me wrong, but this isn't a video game. It's real life. It's a real life football game. You're on a fake punt. Down 4. I'd understand if you were up, but not even at that either. You're down 4. On 4th, it's not 4th and a yard, it's 4th and 10. What the hell are you doing? Seriously. A fake punt inside your own 30-yard line on 4th and 10, and you get stuffed. So now the Washington football team, the Redskins, have a 1st and 10. From inside the 30-yard line. Ball going to be at the 22. 23. 1st and 10. Run the damn ball. Run the ball from Washington. Handoff. Antonio Gibson, first play, touchdown, Washington. And that's what you get. And you can hear the boos coming in. Antonio Gibson, 23 yards out for number 24 for 6. 26-16 now. And all Mike McCarthy can do is stand there with his play sheet and cross his arms. Why do you run a fake punt? Oh, well, I thought, yeah, no. First play. One play later. Hit the hole, off to the races, touchdown. And so long, goodbye, as they say. 26-16, extra point up and good. Barely sneaks in, but it's up and good. 27-16. Now an 11-point game. So the Cowboys need a touchdown, a 2-point, and a field goal to tie it up. When you were down 4, if you punt and you hold them on defense and you get the ball back and you score, touchdown, you're up 23-20 with probably less than 5 minutes to play. But now with 12 minutes and 7 seconds to play, you're down 11 because you're on a fake punt and Washington stuffs you. And then a play later, 23-yard touchdown run for number 24, Antonio Gibson. Because Washington has a running game compared to Dallas. Dallas cannot run the ball whatsoever. With Ezekiel Elliott, Tony Pollard, whether Emmitt Smith is still playing or not, they cannot run the damn ball. Pathetic. Like, the Cowboys should be ashamed of themselves right now. Honestly, they should be ashamed of themselves for being as bad of a franchise as they've been over the past 25 years. 27-16. I get, okay, momentum, rhythm, but yeah, it just backfired all to hell. And Washington just scored off of it. Stupidity. That's all it is. 27-16 Washington on top of the Dallas Cowboys. 1st and 10 boys from the 25-yard line. Like, why the hell? I'd understand if it was from around midfield, maybe. Okay, on 4th and short, not 4th and 10. A fake punt on 4th and 10. And you run a reverse on the fake punt. It wasn't a snap to the up back or, you know, a punt pass. What the hell? Like, that just sums it up. Like, what the hell are they doing? Now, okay, if they come back and score, go for 2, get it, field goal late, tied up, force overtime at 27 apiece, if they can hold them on defense, credit. But we're far from that. 11.5 to play. It's 2nd and 7 for the Cowboys, and Dalton complete the first down marker. CeeDee Lamb should have enough for a first down there at the 35-yard line. First down. But seriously, like, why the hell do you run a fake punt?
In the facility on Tuesday, passed away at the age of 54 yesterday.
1st and 10. Dalton going to dump it off a little too high for Zeke. He can't come down with it. It's incomplete. Well, that's on Dalton. And now Zeke limping. He's going to come off for a play. He's hurt. Yeah, Dalton completely missed on the throw. And now we got a flag. It's holding on the Dallas Cowboy offense. 10 yards. They'll replay first down. So they just continue to shoot themselves in the foot. That's a good call. That's a hold. You can't tackle somebody to the ground when you're an offensive lineman and not expect to get a holding call against you. So 1st and 20 with 11 minutes on the dot to play here in this second and now final Thanksgiving game of the afternoon due to Ravens Steelers being postponed until Sunday. Hopefully we tune in this upcoming weekend for more live reactions. Play the live right here on YouTube. Cooper on the reception. It'll be 2nd down and 13 after pickup of 7.
Cowboys need points on this possession. Really, they need a touchdown. Elliott was
I'd say so. You can do math. They need 11 to tie it. Okay? It's a touchdown, a 2-point, and a field goal. Empty set out of the gun, 2nd and 13 from 32. And then CeeDee Lamb only gets about 3 yards, maybe, back to the 35 on that reception. It'll be 3rd down. That's a block in the back right there as well. That's why CeeDee Lamb got the 3 yards, but they didn't call the flag. They didn't throw the penalty. Ref's right in front of him. They didn't throw it. I don't understand if Washington's mad about that, but 3rd and 11. Trip stop your screen left to right for Dallas here in the 4th quarter, vice versa for Washington. Left to right across your television screen. Pressure on Dalton. He's getting rid of it, and it's going to be deflected at the first down marker. Incomplete. Intended for Michael Gallup. Dallas wanted a penalty. They're not going to get it. Fourth down, and, well, we'll see if they run another fake punt. That's a good no call. That's just playing defense. That's all that is. Fourth down. Here comes another fake punt by the Dallas Cowboys. Why don't you run another fake punt? I'm sure that's what everybody's screaming in the stands right now. Now they punt. Now I'm sure there's a lot of cheers. It's going to be filled at the 14-yard line. Washington on a good return out past the 20 to 25. It'll be first and 10 from there with 9:21 to play. Washington football up 11, 27-16 on the road against the Dallas Cowboys here on Thanksgiving. Thank you once again for tuning in and watching. Be sure to like, follow, and subscribe. Links in the description below.
We're turning on 5G across the country with a coverage of 5G nationwide. And in more cities, the unprecedented performance of ultra-wideband, the fastest 5G in the world. It will change your phone and how businesses do everything. I'm proud because we didn't build it the easy way. We built it right. This is the 5G America's been waiting for, only from Verizon.
Chance of punching it in for a TD, 14%. You work with that. So I accelerate a lot. Defender distance, decimal. My only out, zero gravity, 6 points. Best flipping play of the season. Next Gen Stats powered by Amazon Web Services. AWS is how.
We make USAA insurance for members like Martin, an Air Force veteran made of doing what's right, not what's easy. So when a hailstorm hit, USAA reached out before he could even inspect the damage.
That's how you do it right.
USAA insurance is made just the way Martin's family needs it. With hassle-free claims, he got paid before his neighbor even got started. Because doing right by our members, that's what's right. USAA. What you're made of, we're made for. USAA.
NFLshop.com and gear up.
Folks in the production truck. Our crew led by Richie Science, our producer, Rich Russo, our director, Colby Bourgeois, technical director closest to you, Rich Gross, Pete Chalveris, Chevy as we call him, the job he does week in, week out. Here's our head coach.
Washington first down and 10 following the Cowboy punt. No gain on the play.
2 touchdowns. This rookie has been something. Gives them an element, Joe, that you see the leaders in this ball game, but and for a guy who really has not run the football all that much, to run as physical as he does, that's what's impressive to me the most.
Alex Smith on the slant, complete to Terry McLaurin once again. He's going to be shy of the first down marker, though, by about a yard or so. It'll be third down and short after a pick of about 5.5, maybe 6, 3rd and 1. Third and 1 handoff. Peyton Barber breaks one out past the 45. close to midfield, first down, Washington football team, formerly known as the Redskins, of course, leading by 11, 27-16 on the road here this Thanksgiving against the Dallas Cowboys, late fourth quarter. Big run for a first down there. Exactly, run the football. Run as much time as you can off the clock, control the rest of the game. You have an 11-point lead because of a fake punt by Dallas, which is so goddamn stupid. And then a play later, they score. Dallas can only stop it twice, too. So they only have 2 timeouts remaining. Remember that one timeout they had to burn with the too many men on defense? And that's going to come back and bite them. But they need 11. They need a touchdown, a 2-point, field goal to tie it. They're not going to get it if Washington's going to control the rest of this game. And I'll be done saying pregame that if the Cowboys do this and that, keywords if, they're going to win. Well, technically they didn't do any of that and they're losing, so still somewhat right. Because if Alex Smith, like I said earlier, makes plays, which he's been able to air it out, but it's come down to the run game. Washington's been able to run the football more effectively than Dallas has. It's Antonio Gibson versus Ezekiel Elliott, and Gibson's beating him out. Okay? 2 turnovers. Both teams capitalized with field goals. But then it's the fake punt that Dallas ran. And then a play later, the Washington football team, the Redskins, scored off of it to extend their lead to 11. 27-16, 3rd and 1, big play here. Ball to 43. Going to hand off once again. And a big stop by the Cowboys. No gain on the play, so 4th down and a yard. If I'm Washington, I punt. You're up 11. Don't do anything stupid. Yeah, Riverboat Ron's not going to go for it here. Riverboat Mike went for it, but didn't get it. I want to go for it here. It's 4th and a yard. I mean, okay, you're up 11, which I get. Okay. Shout out to Ron Rivera, once more too, for battling cancer and coaching through it this season, and now being cancer-free. They're going to go for it, 4th and 1. They'll try to draw them off sides here. No, they'll probably get it. He's going to call timeout. All right. It could take the leg game, back yourself up, punt. They'll probably still punt anyway. So first time out by Washington. No, they'll probably just try to draw them off sides, and they'll be able to draw them off sides is what I'm getting at. But, no, I'd punt, make Dallas drive. You have an 11-point lead. They have 2 timeouts, as you do now, too. They need a touchdown, a 2-point, and a field goal, all with 5 minutes and 10 seconds to play. Probably not going to get it. But if you go for it here, get it, you're basically icing the game. You're going to close it out. You're going to control it even more. Dallas, I don't have to take their timeouts coming up shortly. 2-minute warning still to come, but they get a first down here, they'll win this game. They're going to win as it is now. Maybe a bubble screen. No. Going to hand off. And a first down run up the middle for the Washington football team. Riverboat Ron gambling a little bit more here this afternoon and picking up a big first down late on the road. And he's going to be 2-0 as the Cowboys on Thanksgiving with the Panthers and the Skins now. So congrats to him, because the Washington football team is going to win this game. Whether it's 27-16 your final score or not, I mean, hell, they might score again if Dallas is that bad on defense and they can't stop them. 1st and 10, ball at the 41. Just run the damn ball. Just run the ball. Alex Smith going to hand off about a yard or so. 2nd down.
Good decision in Kansas City, and Alex Smith gets the chance with Washington. A handoff here for 1 to Peyton Barber. Yeah, I know that when Kyle Allen took over for Dwayne Haskins, that it was Kyle Allen's job. He had history, of course, with Ron Rivera in Carolina. They like him, but then he had his own severe injury as well, and that's what then allowed Alex Smith to get into the game and become the starter. And he certainly has provided some leadership for a young group and some real stability at that position.
2nd and 9 from the 40. Smith rolling out near side. He's going to tuck it and run and then run out of bounds. So it'll be 3rd down and 6 after a pickup of 3, they say. That's a hold that they got away with. But if pick up no 1st down here, game's over. I mean, they're already close to field goal range, too, so they kick a field goal maybe, or just try to draw them off sides. I mean, this game's over. Washington's going to win. There's no way Dallas comes back down to 11 with 3.5, 2 timeouts, and 2-minute warning. Even if they do stop him here. 1st down run up the gut. Antonio Gibson once more. Touchdown. And that'll seal it. And it's going to come back to that fake punt. Jerry Jones is beside himself. Doesn't know what to think. Maybe you should check yourself in a nursing home and sell the damn team. 33-16. Washington on top of Dallas now. They can't run the ball, and they can't stop the run. Plain and simple. That's the Dallas Cowboys for you in 2020, especially today on Thanksgiving. And just like the earlier game, it was close. Houston, for the most part, pulled away a little earlier than Washington just has. But now they've just doubled what Dallas has, plus a few. 34-16. The Washington football team, the Redskins, lead Dallas Cowboys on the road here this Thanksgiving. And for the first time since 2012, on Thanksgiving, the Washington football team, the Redskins, will defeat the Dallas Cowboys on the road on Thanksgiving. And they'll cut it to 8-2 all time for the Cowboys against the Skins on Thanksgiving today. But 1, 2, 3, 4, yeah, do the Michael. Dallas can't run the football. They can't stop the run. Washington can run the football, and obviously can stop the run because Dallas can't run it. But it's that stupid fake punt. It was 20-16. They punt, hold them on defense, get the ball back, score. They go up 23-20 with probably about this amount of time left anyway as it is. But no, you run a fake punt. A play later, 25 yards to the house. You know, it's 27-16. You need a touchdown, a 2-point, and a field goal to tie at 27. And then on 3rd down, you give up a however long that touchdown run was there. Another touchdown run up the middle. I mean, you probably could have fit an 18-wheeler through that, for God's sakes. Like, come on. Like, it all starts up front. Good blocking by Washington, credit to them, but Dallas can't do a damn thing on defense. And they can't run the ball on offense, and now here comes Andy Dalton. He's going to be picked off, and the Skins return it for a touchdown. And, okay, however, they give Dallas the touchdown on the scoreboard. Okay, so they're going to fix that. It's 34-16, but you add the 6 on the pick 6. It's now 40-16, pending the extra point. They're just feeling sorry, the monkeys in the trunk are, for the Dallas Cowboys and just giving them free points whether they just threw a pick 6 or not. And the worse, just as the rich get richer, the worse just got even worse, or worser, or however you say Worcester, Massachusetts. Just pathetic. This is awful by Dallas. I wouldn't be shocked if Jerry Jones fires Mike McCarthy tonight or even tomorrow for an early Black Friday special. The Dallas Cowboys are once again going to be looking for a new head coach. 41-16. When it was just 20-16 a few minutes ago. They've scored 21 unanswered to extend the lead. This is awful. This is so goddamn pathetic. Like I said a little bit ago, the Dallas Cowboys should be ashamed of themselves right now. So the first play of that last drive, he throws a pick six on a screen. And it doinks off the left upright on the kickoff. No good. Skins are going to win this today. They're going to be in the driver's seat in the AFC, or the NFC East, excuse me, as the Bills are in the AFC East right now. But Miami's coming. Talked about what's to come on Sunday this week in the NFL Week 12, along with the standings for the playoffs as it sits right now. So be sure to go check those out if you're just now tuning in. This will be up live on YouTube on playback once this live stream ends. So be sure to like, follow, and subscribe if you haven't done so already. So next time around, on Saturday and on a Sunday, you'll be able to tune in from the start. 2nd and 4, ball 31. Dalton getting pressured, gets rid of it. It's a first down pickup. I'm surprised Zeke's still in the game. Oh, he's not actually. That's Tony Pollard. Sorry. I'm surprised they haven't put Garrett Gilbert or Ben DiNucci in the quarterback. Why the hell is Andy Dalton still in? And turnover, what did I say? Turn the ball over, you're going to lose the fourth. And they turn it over again. It was a pick six. But they can't stop the run. They can't run the ball themselves either. So, Washington at 4-7. They'll be in the driver's seat here. They might be a force to be reckoned with next month. They play at Pittsburgh a week from Sunday. Okay. Almost picked off again. Ball's loose. Washington has it. What are they going to say? Incomplete. Fumble. Interception. Zebras huddling up. It's an incomplete pass. And yeah, okay, maybe. So Cowboy fans can have me to thank for, as this is third. What the hell are you doing? Screen pass into the ground, incomplete. Come on. No, Cowboy fans have me to thank. So you're welcome. Third time covering Cowboys this year. Cardinal game on Monday night. Steeler game a few weeks back. And then the Washington Thanksgiving game today. Said at the start of the Cardinal game, expect Dallas to win if, and that's what I said a little bit ago, if, keywords if. You know, they can run the football, don't turn it over, don't do anything stupid. Well, they got blown out at home on Monday night. Prime time in front of a national audience. Kept it close with Pittsburgh. Steelers came out on top of that game. But sort of said the same thing at the start of this. And a prime time Thursday afternoon audience for Thanksgiving. But it's Thanksgiving. And the Cowboys get blown out at home once again. So 41-16, 2 minutes to play. And Washington going to get the ball back after a turnover on downs on an incomplete pass from Andy Dalton to CeeDee Lamb. Where's Amari Cooper been in the second half? Where has Amari Cooper been in the second half? Troy Apke, Pittsburgh native, played at Penn State on the coverage. Big stop by him. But, okay, so it was a catch and then a fumble. But Washington, it was a fourth down for Dallas, a turnover on downs. Pick up first down, so Washington football 1st and 10 from the 44. Dallas can stop it twice with 2 timeouts, but why would you? You're down how much? Just Absolutely pathetic. You have Ezekiel and you cannot run the football. And you can't stop the run whatsoever on defense. Washington just ran all over you today. We'll have final stats and scores coming up shortly, so stay tuned. But where did Amari Cooper go in the second half? He literally just disappeared. Yeah, credit, they went more to CeeDee Lamb and Michael Gallup, but if Cooper almost has 100 receiving yards and a touchdown in the first half, don't you think it'd be best to go to him a little bit more in the second half? And get him the ball a little bit more, regardless if he's double teamed or not? Like, have him make a play. Like, just play calling, and I get coaches coach and players play. Coaches got to coach better and players got to play better. Like, what the hell? Like I said, the Cowboys should honestly be ashamed of themselves. This is absolutely pathetic. But it's just more material for everyone to make fun of them. You know, which I think everyone's fine with. America's team, more like, you know, a dumpster fire. So, I don't know who Dallas plays next week. I know Washington plays at Pittsburgh a week from Sunday. Pittsburgh's supposed to play tonight. But, of course, that game against the Ravens got moved until Sunday now. So, Washington have a little extra time off before traveling to Steel City. But, you know, before Dallas can start winning football games, they got to find themselves. Like, this is just an absolute disgrace to the NFL, the way they have played over the past 25 years. Like, America's team, my ass. Like, it's not the 70s, 80s, or 90s anymore. It's 2020. Like, get your head out of your ass and play football. Like, it's not that hard. Especially when other teams, you know, are going out and playing football. Like, there's something seriously wrong with the Dallas Cowboys. Like, they're playing football their way. Dallas Cowboys are. It's not working. Something needs to change. Because when other teams are also playing football their way and they're winning, beating you head to head, no doubt about it. Come on. Like, seriously. Like, it's not rocket science once more. Like, it just blows my mind that they are literally this bad. First rookie to score 3 touchdowns on Thanksgiving since 1998. That's Antonio Gibson. He joins Randy Moss when Moss played for the Vikings. Both on the road against the Dallas Cowboys in North Texas. 3rd and 6 from the 40 for Washington. Dallas isn't calling any timeouts. They might even get the ball back, though, too, here. They can make a stop. Nope. First down run for Washington. Peyton Barber slides. First down run. And all Washington has to do now is take a few kneel downs. Ball game. The Washington football team, the Washington Redskins, on the road this Thanksgiving in 2020, are going to defeat the Dallas Cowboys by a final score of 41-16 after scoring 21 unanswered to extend their lead following a fake punt by Dallas inside their own 30-yard line, trailing by 4, 20-16 early fourth quarter. Comes back down to that fake punt. Fake punt didn't go Dallas's way. Washington capitalized. The play later, they scored a touchdown. Next drive, Cowboys couldn't stop the run either. Another touchdown run. Had a pick 6 in between all that too. Washington, as the final seconds will tick away, will defeat the Dallas Cowboys 41-16 on Thanksgiving. Post-game handshake with Ron Rivera and Mike McCarthy. And the Washington football team are now 4-7 and are in first place in the NFC East. Dallas falls to 3-8. Their season's more so than not done. Washington's going to be in the driver's seat moving forward. Giants and Eagles, though, still in action this upcoming weekend, and we still got a lot of football left to be played from now until the end of the regular season before the playoffs do in fact begin. But only one of these teams out of the NFC East, and right now it's the Washington football team, the Washington Redskins, will in fact be making playoffs. We'll get some final stats and scores here before we wrap things up. I honestly think right now the Washington football team is going to win the division. I thought Dallas coming in was going to win this game. But they can't run the ball. Like, come on. Like, anybody can see that. They cannot run the football whatsoever. And Dalton, he's not Dak Prescott. But they still have the weapons. Why can't they get them to him? You know? Get the ball to him. I mean, that's what I said in the second half. Where the hell did Amari Cooper go? And they can't catch, they can't cover, they can't do anything on defense, can't stop the run. Turn the ball over too many times too. So Washington's going to win the division right now, but the Giants have been playing decent. Eagles are still there with a tie at 3-6-1. So, like I just said, those teams still got to play this weekend. Plus, we still got a lot of football to be played from now until the end of the regular season. But Washington with a road win on Thanksgiving, 41-16. And somewhat of what turned into a blowout late. Honestly did. But Washington now in first place, as mentioned. Final stats and scores now as Alex Smith in his first primetime national audience game since his return from injury, starting at quarterback. He threw in the road win against Dallas. Washington football team defeating the Dallas Cowboys. Alex Smith, he threw for 149 yards passing. He was 19-26 for 149. Had a touchdown and interception. Had 2 interceptions by both quarterbacks. 2 total, 1 apiece. One was a pick six. Andy Dalton's to Washington was a pick six. Alex Smith to Dallas was almost a pick six, but then Dallas kicked the field goal, 2016. That was actually their last points because then they decided to run a fake punt. Like, what the hell? Why are you running a fake punt inside your own 30-yard line? Down 4. On 4th and 10. Like, seriously. That completely flipped the game, turned it. Washington took over and didn't look back, and they win by, do the math there, 25? 41-16, your final score. So yeah, Alex Smith was 19-26 for a $149, a touchdown and a pick. Antonio Gibson, I'm sure he's going to be a waiver wire pickup in fantasy football if he's not already. He had 20 carries for 115 yards rushing and 3 touchdowns. First rookie since Randy Moss in '98 to score 3 touchdowns on Thanksgiving. Both, of course, were against the Dallas Cowboys. Peyton Barber also had 11 carries for 57 yards rushing. Terry McLaurin had 7 catches for 92 yards. J.D. McKissick, 2 catches for 21 yards. Gibson had 5 catches for 21 yards. And then Logan Thomas, 420 and a score. Dallas Cowboys losing, falling to 3-8. Dalton was 25-35, 215 for a touchdown and a pick. He was sacked, though, 3 times as well. So credit to that Washington D-line, like I said earlier, up against the injured Cowboy offensive line. Ezekiel Elliott had 10 carries for 32 yards rushing, along with having a catch for 7 yards. Absolutely pathetic. They cannot run the ball. Dalton had 3 carries for 17 yards. Pollard 4-12. And they can't stop the rush. You know, because like I said, Gibson had 20 carries for 115 and 3 touchdowns. And then Amari Cooper, okay, he went over 100 receiving yards for the game, but he had 98 yards at the half and a touchdown. He finished 6 catches for 112 receiving yards and a score. Michael Gallup had 6 catches for 41 yards. Dalton Schultz, 5 of 24. CeeDee Lamb, 5 of 21. Pollard, 2 of 10. But the Washington football team, they defeat the Dallas Cowboys on the road here today on Thanksgiving 2020 by a final score of 41-16. Thank you for tuning in and watching my live reactions play-by-play. As always, I'm your host, the Encyclopedia Sports, Cool Hand Luke 96. Be sure to like, follow, and subscribe on social media. Links in the description below. Hopefully we'll tune back in for more live reactions play-by-play this upcoming weekend of college football and the NFL, beginning on Saturday with Penn State and Michigan, followed by Ravens, Steelers, Chiefs, Buccaneers on Sunday in the NFL this Week 12. Texans beat the Lions. Washington football team, the Redskins, also go on the road, so both road teams are victorious today on Thanksgiving. Texans over the Lions, Washington over Dallas here this Thanksgiving 2020. Once again, thank you for tuning in and watching. Hopefully everyone had a happy Thanksgiving, and as mentioned, be sure to like, follow, and subscribe. Links in the description below, and hopefully you'll tune back in for more live reactions play live right here on YouTube.